What's up, everybody? Are you guys ready to throw hands? Jorpin, you there, buddy?
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Nothing much. Just excited to see some competitive armsary tonight. How you doing, Ton?
I'm doing very well. We're going to come on camera here in 1 second, everybody. Hopefully everyone in the audience is doing fantastic. I am, myself, very excited to see some competitive armsary. All right, we're here on Game Over HD TV's channel. Hello, everybody. Hello, ARMS community. Hello, ARMS Discord. Hello, everybody. Who's excited for Reach for the Sky? Anybody?
I am.
Jorpin's excited. There you go. Pet Rock died. Oh, that's so tragic. Okay, so, guys, this is Reach for the Sky. This is a competitive ARMS tournament. We will be your hosts. I am Ten Tan Man, leader of the Ten Tan clan. And over on the right, we've got Jorpin.
Hey.
There you go.
Me.
So, first up, if you guys want to take a look at the bracket, we're going to pop it up real quick. I'm not sure if there's any audio playing. Yeah, there is. Okay, it's very quiet, but it's there. All right, so we've got our bracket. Is that it? Is it correct? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. I'm not sure how Smash GG works. I've never used it.
It's pretty nifty. I like it way more than some other alternatives.
Like challenge.
Yeah, like it's like a lot of automatic, and it's the way, if you've never done it, like it's got like built-in score reporting and like picking maps and characters, and it's really cool.
So if their name is red on Smash GG, does that mean they have yet to check in?
Yeah, that means it's waiting. It's waiting for basically both to check in. If their name's, as far as I remember, I could be wrong about this, but if their name is black, it means they've checked in, and if it's red, it means they haven't, checked in. And then yellow means that yellow with the timer means it's currently in progress, and then when it's done, I think it reports as green and will show you score, and it'll auto advance people.
Okay, well that means there's a lot of red names. So Daniel in the chat asks, aren't you two like one of the best players in ARMS currently? Why aren't you playing? Well, I mean, I decided personally, that it would be more fun to actually commentate and be involved with the community for once, because, there's not a lot of actual decent commentators for ARMS lately. A lot of people don't know their stuff. So I might want to pull up my pants and get involved and do some fun commentary. What about you, Jorpin?
I personally got a commentating background, so I really enjoy doing this. Also, I was in 3 other tournaments today. I'm a little tilted, so
yeah.
Here we are.
You and me both, buddy. You and me both. We both been there. But it should be, I think, honestly, when I myself am fighting, I know my fighting style and when I fight other players, but it's always very interesting for me to see how, strong fighters in the competitive ARMS community take each other on. And as a spectator here, you kind of get a first-hand point of view to witness it.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to take a step back and look at it from a commentator's perspective, because then you can remove that human element from it, right? Where if you're in the match, it's like, oh, this happened or this happened, I couldn't do anything about that. When you look at it from that outside perspective, you can get a better glimpse of like how a competitive match works, and more so, what's the word I'm looking for here? Basically, just be more impartial. Like, oh, if you see someone do this, I should be doing this. There's no like, oh, I didn't mean to do that because of this situation. You can take it more objectively, and I think it helps you a lot as a player.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it honestly, well, the thing is, it's a learning experience, As you and I, who are both very good at this game and broadcast this game almost on a daily basis, a lot of people come in and watch us and play with the community to learn the game and get better at the game. So it's absolutely what it is for us as well.
And hey, that's what we're here to do. We're here to help everyone not only see some competitive games, but maybe if you're not so sure about some things, explain how things work, how certain matchups work, how certain arms will work, how the game itself works. So that's our job today. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy. I know I will.
Oh, I'm stoked. I've been excited for this for a while, so we'll see how it goes. We're still waiting for, apparently, according to this Smash.gg, we're waiting for a lot of people to check in. So if anyone is on the stream right now looking forward to this tournament and has not checked in, your name is red on this list, that means we're still waiting for you. So
yeah, get in here.
We've got, let's see, we had 32 combatants, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people have checked in. That's pretty rough, but
Yeah, well, I'm assuming we'll get everything under control. Just the way a lot of people, especially in the ARMS community so far, a lot of people, including myself, are new to fighting games, right? So they may not necessarily know how these competitive websites work for tournaments. So it's just a matter of like being like, hey, this is what you got to do, and getting a track of them. They're like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, and everything's fine.
yeah, that makes sense. No, especially with the Discord tournament today, there were a lot of people who weren't very familiar when it came to, picking maps and the procedures and, striking stages and whatnot. Okay, so the first disqualification just happened. So that was...
Let's see, what was it? Oh.
Are you looking at the bracket?
Yeah, oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's okay. As soon as we can get people in here for a game, I know Roboto Boy's on top of that. We'll start broadcasting it, so...
Yeah, this is just another product of Smash GG. I think you can set the timer like when it will disqualify people, and so maybe they just didn't set it, and we're just gonna try and track some people down and be like, hey, what's going on?
Who was disqualified? We can go ahead and look. Let's see.
Well,
Zahn, Kami Fairy, The Mask, Atothake, Momzo, Sol, Uchi, Soten, Andy, Silk Nasty, Henry, Catfight, Black Haze, Trap Lord, David Jesus, Ink, Chochango, Damaspark. We could just do 2-on-2, me and Jorpin versus everybody. I'm down for that. Let's go.
no.
Flex
Oh,
these
no,
arms.
please. I'm not. So that tether, the most painful thing ever. It's just a grab fest.
Yeah, no, well, I guess we'll go ahead while we're waiting for people to come in. I mean, we're already here. We could talk and play a game real quick.
Sure, I'm ready to. Let me make sure everything is
Let's see, hold on. Let's see the first setup where we got actually 2 people who were checked in. And there's no one. Okay. Let's see if Roboto Boy's gotten back to me on this. Okay, Roboto Boy's working on it right now. I'm at the... Oh, apparently there was a local going on. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, Catfight's not there because of the local. Disqualification Central. I know, and I worked up this beautiful, beautiful backdrop page in like 5 minutes. Isn't it go? Me and Jorpin have to commentate on a tournament together because look what I did. I made this baby, okay? It's a
We
beautiful
have
baby.
to now.
Great. All right. So, I mean, I guess we couldn't really open up signups right now. Damn, where is everyone? I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe this hypothesis. This tournament was set up a long time ago. We've known about this tournament for a while. So maybe because of the long wait, yeah. See, Rog is right there with me. Signups for this tournament were a long time ago. Just like how Kamikaze had a tournament recently, the Right to Bear Arms, that I had signed up for.
Yeah.
I had no idea even existed. I got raided after the tournament by the people competing in it, and I'm like, "Where are you guys coming in from? What happened?" And they're like, "Oh, it was that tournament that you forgot to show up to." I'm like, "Oh, whoops."
By the way.
Yeah, my bad. Whoopsie. Didn't mean to do that. So, just bear with us, guys. We can go ahead and play a game here real quick while me and Jorpin are waiting.
Oh, heck yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm not ready for this at all, but let's go.
Now you gotta back out real quick because we're about to do some mummy blorps.
All right. Let me switch up here.
Let's go.
All right, where's my blurbs? Let me make sure that we can't do anything else here.
Can I make the screen bigger? Yes, don't worry. This is just while we're waiting for the matches to start up. And then boing. All right.
Hope you're ready for this. Is the highest level of ARMS competitiveness you're gonna see right here.
It really is. It takes a lot of skill to both punch and deflect simultaneously with a big jello blob.
Wonder which blurb I should use.
Oh, did you do alt? You did triple
I
blorb?
did all blurbs.
Always go with the bottom one.
I went middle and top. I mixed it up,
So if you guys see, at the top here, where Jorpin's playing, he's doing some complex wave dashing initiatives right now. It's really hard to hit. And this is some high-level text that we don't really see often.
Oh yeah, no, all of this movement you see here is absolutely frame perfect, right?
Yeah,
no one is going to land anything if people play this perfectly.
I'm hoping that we can get some even more development to the gameplay style that even can when ARMS has a chance to show up. So
and hopefully 20XX can become reality.
I think people don't understand. They don't understand how crazy some of this. And keep in mind that both of us are in fact ranked 20 players online. And this is usually
exclusively Blorbs, totally. Oh yeah, this is every time I play, I'm like, oh yep, here comes double Blorb. I'm ready. Alright, light. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say it's close, but then I'm down. I couldn't even see my health bar. That's how good Blorbs are. It blinds you. You can't see anything, dude.
Oh, you're right. The game sound is loud because I have a whole new outlet for this. Let me edit that. There we go. I have lowered the volume. We should be good. This is so intense, my butt cheeks sank into the rug. Like they should, Jacob. Like they should.
Nothing is more intense than this, honestly.
Oh, no. Don't say that. What about Guardians?
Guardian? Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. I apologize. How could I say that?
I just don't want to give anyone in the chat cardiac arrest by watching such, high-octane, fast-paced Guardian gameplay.
Like, that just, it wears you out, as a player, right?
It really does.
Like, it's 9,000 APM required to pull off the double Guardian strategies. Oh! Here we go.
Oh my god, the clutch!
The Blorb Super, 400 HP gone in a second. Oh, can we see another one? We are! And I'm done. It's over.
That's a lot of juice.
That Super, just so you know, is completely different than any other Super in the game. It requires you to hit all of the buttons on your controller in a specific order 3 times.
I just put my controller face down on the floor and stomp on it and hope that I get lucky.
And hey, it worked out for you.
It did. I can't believe it. So, I mean, someone asked why we were not competing in the tournament. This is a Class A example. We don't want to make it unfair. It is just...
Yeah, it would just be, it would be a massacre.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Alright, let's see if we got any updates, though. So we're just double checking a couple things on our end, because we want to make sure that basically the tournament runs the way it's supposed to. So we want to make sure that we're good to go, and that what we see now is what's going to happen, or if they're still trying to track people down. So just give us a couple of minutes here as we try to figure this out. Alright, looks like we are going to be getting a match underway here, though, as far as I can tell.
Wait, we have oh god, we have someone in here? Oh.
We do. Phallus is here.
Phallus? Is Phallus on the bracket?
Yes, he is. He's going to be playing, on this current bracket, he's going to be playing Agor Magala.
Oh, okay, cool. Alright, we got Phallus.
In the winners round 2.
It was a very exciting first round.
Oh, incredibly. Let's see. Let's look at this bracket once more. I just kind of want to get a run and see of what exactly we're going to be dealing with here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. We got 8 people checked in so far, it looks like.
Okay. Sorry, I had to... Just checking Discord real quick. There we go. First
Oh, you're
set.
good. Here we go.
Alright, I'm not sure how they're handling map bans. So...
Yeah, let me talk to them, see if I can see how they're handling map bans. I'll message one of them.
So since this is a weekly tourney, 1 week should legit be Guardians only or Wacky Arms. We could do that.
Alright, I messaged Phallus in Discord. Gonna hear back from him in a second. See how these maps are gonna go.
It seems like Defend the North tipped up a lot of folks. What do you mean? Was that something that happened today? What's Defend the North?
Not sure.
These ARMS tournaments have such bizarre names.
Yeah. I mean, I like all of them, right?
No, yeah, they're definitely better than Underground Series 12 or something like that.
Exactly.
Oh, it's a New York, okay, local tournament. All right, got it. Thank you, Rod. Appreciate that, buddy. But it's a bunch of gamers, so it's not just like ARMS, it's like a bunch of different stuff.
Oh, various other fighting games. Gotcha.
Oh, yeah. Catfight told me he couldn't attend because he was at a local. That's what Defend the North is. Okay. Well, when Gore and Phallus end up deciding what they're going to do, we'll go ahead and start our first game here.
I'm trying to see if I can get a hold of one of them, figure out what's going on with them.
If you guys don't know, Gore actually won the official ARMS Discord tournament today. And funny fact is that Phallus is one of the few players that gives him consistent trouble. So this actually should be a pretty good fight.
Yeah, I faced Gore today in another tournament. It was the ARMS subreddit tournament, and I met him in the finals. And aside from a few uncontrollable factors, that was a good fight. Gore's a very, very good player. He plays Helix, if you do not know of him yet. He definitely likes to stick with like certain play styles. He'll go hard into like, say, like, you know, 2 arms or whatever. I just got word from Phallus that they've chosen DNA, so it's going to be our first match here on DNA Lab. I think. Yep, you got it. All right.
We are good to go.
So once they ready up, I'm just letting them know that we're good to go. We'll get this started.
This is actually pretty interesting because it's 2 of our, basically our top contenders fighting off right off the bat here. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I haven't seen a lot of Phallus's play on Min Min. As far as I know, he plays kind of a similar style to at least how I do.
Yeah, he does. He's very, very parry heavy.
Yeah, and that seems to be like the go-to Min Min style at this point, but so far we're seeing a lot of damage immediately being put out by Phallus.
And am I seeing it right?
Gore with a... Yeah, Blorb and Toaster.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Gore with that setup before.
Apparently he wants to go with the high-level plays today. But it's not working out so well for him. Phallus with definitive life and super lead here. Now back Gore into a corner. Going to be struggling against him, trying to get away from those Rams.
Yeah, Gore is not a very defensive player. So
no, not at all.
Phallus took every single wake up with that quick Ram hit.
Yeah, and if you paid attention to the way he was doing it, he was actually crossing his Rams basically over each other. Kind of get like a shotgun effect of like, no matter where you go, you're going to get hit here. Now we see a change up on the side of Gore, deciding to go for the double nade arm, which means now instead of regular just fire punches, each of his punches is going to hit for a second time with a mini explosion that does 50 damage, as you just saw on himself there.
Yeah. As long as this doesn't bite him in the butt, he's doing already better than last round, but he is at the super disadvantage as well, and Phallus pops the super, confirming with a double Rams into 350 clean damage.
And I'm pretty sure the reason he went this is because these players have talked before. Phallus has expressed his hatred of Nade. And so he's probably just like, oh, if he hates Nade, I'll just do it. And so far, not working out so well for him. Oh, but Phallus actually dashes out of his own guard. Yeah. Very risky. And now life leads are essentially evened up, but not anymore. Phallus is going to take the first match 2-0. That was pretty convincing on the side of Phallus.
Yeah, that was an interesting matchup, though, because like I said, I've played both of these players several times, but they both never played that way. Gore really flip-flopped in different strategies, but he didn't keep his distance like he normally does, and I think Phallus took clear advantage of that with the Ram, the flanking potential. You don't have to wait for positioning with Rams. It's just free game.
Yeah, I think Gore might not have been I think he was trying to be too high level with the Blorb, is what I'll say, in the first round. I think he kind of underestimated how good Ram is against Blorb.
I don't really think that Blorb is... Yeah, Blorb loses out to Ram almost on every occasion because Blorb...
Oh, yeah.
Blorb limits your maneuverability when it's out and you're waiting for it to come back on return. And Ram has the potential just to flank around it. And I feel like with the way Gore plays Helix and such a high mobile esteem, being locked and waiting for your blow up to come back is just...
Yeah, especially against double Ram, where there's absolutely nothing going to come at you through the center, right? Almost every attack is pretty much going to come from the left or the right, or both at the same time. Blorb may have a big hitbox, but it has no... It's not very horizontally mobile. You kind of throw it out, and then that's where it's going.
Yeah, honestly, thinking back, Gore really put himself at a big disadvantage with all of his arms against Ram. Two Fists and Blorb.
I feel like with the way that Gore can kind of deal with the Min matchup, where he'll go like, you know, double roast or what have you in the back. Next map is Spring Stadium, by the way. I'm just receiving word. So we'll be good to go once we get that switched over as well. But back to what I was saying is double like Punch Club can work against Ram, depending on how you play. It really just depends on how well you do, like, I don't want to call them footsies, but like blobsies. While you sit there in tower mode and like spam back and forth, kind of stave them off. It can work very well, but it seems like Phallus kind of has it figured out.
Yeah, it definitely makes the verticality game a lot harder for Helix. Instead, it's more just timing and moving forward and backwards rather than left to right.
Yeah, Helix, if you don't know, he can go into a tower form where he stands up really tall in the air, and basically he can just spam charge punches all day until he's hit. And it's pretty strong.
It is. The big advantage, too, yeah, he has permanently charged arms, so especially with those toasters he likes, he gets very, very quick confirms.
Yeah, keep in mind that when Toaster is charged, it's faster and it does more damage. It'll do about 140 damage on a confirmed hit, which is 10 less than a grab, which is a lot.
Oh yeah, and then it just puts the game straight into Wake Up, which gives Gore even more time to build up for his rush.
As you can see right now, I'm looking at both these players' super bars. Even though they have only taken about 1 or 2 hits each, both of them almost have super just because of the amount of punches they're throwing out in and of themselves, right? Oh, we're going to see the Ibuki combo from Phallus. Going to be throwing him back immediately into there. Nice 380, 400 damage in total. But now Gore is super and he can turn it around. Knocked out of the air by Phallus, though.
Knocked out of the super, lost the bar, and we're at a big disadvantage for Gore.
Yeah, but Phallus was knocked down, kind of losing advantage with that Dragon Arm. Now Gore is going to have the upper hand, trying to get into his face and make sure he can never charge again. But it is not going to work for him, and Phallus is going to take the first round.
Phallus does a very good job here of actually maintaining composure when he doesn't have his Dragon Arm.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of less experienced Min-Mins when they don't have Dragon Arm. They'll kind of panic and not really know what to do. And you'll see them just constantly back up and just lose more and more of that advantage they built up when they had the arm. Oh, another grab coming out from Phallus. Nice. Kind of mixing it up on Gore. He's trying to just stay tricky and not really make himself easily readable. Nice forward carry as well. Phallus playing really well today, though.
He's doing a fantastic job at knocking down these toasters and keeping that momentum right in Gore's face, which is usually Gore's big spot to be in.
Yeah, all the pressure. Gore now has super. Could turn it around here. Gore is landing a lot of good, nice grabs in these matches. I cannot lie.
Seems to be one of Phallus' big weaknesses here, and if one of them can pull off a Ibuki combo or something off the bounce, they both have supers, which could end, decide this match.
Oh, here we go. Double super popped out. The anime fight begins, and it looks like Gore is going to pull it off. Now Phallus with the life disadvantage, but he's now trying to even it up.
It can still be anyone's game, and down goes Phallus, 1-1.
And that's how ARMS goes.
Yeah.
As soon as you say something, it's over. Now, let's see if either of these players... Nope, nobody changing anything up. Both going double Ram.
Well, it seems to be working well for both of them at this point.
Yeah, I mean... I'd say things are going a little bit better in Phallus' favor right now until Gore starts to do that tower-up spam, which is really hard for him to deal with. He's starting to bait out these grabs really well now. If you didn't know, grabs usually aren't used in high-level plays because they're incredibly slow and usually predictable, right? But the fact that they are those things actually makes them incredibly useful to use in high-level play because they're so bad, no one ever expects you to use them.
That's true. Most of the grabs are actually pretty well telegraphed, and you feel very embarrassed if they're one of the ones that landed on you.
And trust me, you will get hit by a grab, and you will feel bad. Gore's got to feel bad after that, though, because he is taking out on Spring Stadium, one of his favorites. 2-1 right now.
Do you know if the tournament's best out of 5 or best out of 3?
I can double check for you.
I think that would mean a win for Phallus here.
Let me see if I can find that.
Ignore that scene. That was an accident. Went to my 24-hour Splatoon splash screen. Has nothing to do with Splatoon right now. Misclick.
I'm pretty sure it's best of 3 till we get to semis and finals. But I want to double check.
And it seems that the winner of this fight is going to go on to fight Jay Knight, who, if you guys don't know, is in charge of the official Bite and Bark Discord.
Ooh.
Another fellow
So
here on Twitch.
he plays Master Mummy then, right?
Oh, yes. No, Master Mummy and Pockets Twintel.
Gotcha.
Because, I mean, everyone pockets Twintel with that booty.
No, can't blame him. So far, though, that last match, it was definitely pretty good. I didn't expect Phallus to play that aggressively into Gore, because everyone seems to kind of like be scared of Gore in the community. And I think kind of turns it on its head when he's used to being, you know, the aggressor. As you said, he's used to being the aggressor. He's the one who's used to going forward.
Well, when I face Gore, it's not so much that I'm intimidated, but it's just the fact is Helix is most easily targetable when he's approaching, jumping, maneuvering around the map, and closing in on that distance and trying to spot those weaknesses to hit is normally what you rely on. You normally don't just get straight into a Helix's face, especially Gore, but you know, all of that confidence on Phallus, the footsie game, just sidestepping those toasters into a slam from the Ram was just very, very well played. That pressure that Gore always had, he had absolutely none of it, and all of it was for Phallus.
Which is good for him, because that's going to make him move on to the next round. And it looks like they just need a report, and then, yeah, as you said, Phallus will be facing Jay Knight. Give you an update, a little bit of an update on the bracket. It looks like we'll be moving. It looks like Wazpix and Camden, I think, are currently fighting. Or possibly not, we don't know yet. As well as Rosalina and Corday. And then Rog, up in the top. Seems like Smalton seems like he could not make it today, sadly.
So it looks like Rog's gonna float straight up to the semifinals without a match.
Sometimes it happens, man, you know? People forget about tourneys, and there's nothing you can do. It sucks, I'll be honest with you, but, you know, you play the matches that you can play.
That's true. I mean,
then
Rog's a
you do
good
what you
kid.
can.
I like him. And it seems like Phallus has rejoined the room while Jorpin has left the room.
I got an internet connection error.
Oh, that's dandy.
So I thought you left.
I just didn't want to be in the same room with you. Not for that
That's
lore play earlier.
I'm so sorry. I did
should
what I
be.
had to do. Let me
Alright,
see
so
if
with
I can
Phallus
find this
entering the
room code
room,
again.
I assume we're going to be seeing Jay Knight coming in momentarily. So good makes his opponents not show up. That's right, Snow Deep.
If you could PM me the room code again.
Okay, you got it.
I cannot find it.
It's the it's 3 of the same digits in the middle. I'm kidding. Hold on.
Oh, we got a riddle.
Yeah. There you go.
You must solve these riddles 3 to cast this ARMS tourney.
Gotta make things interesting. When is Twintel game over HDTV? I don't know. I actually don't think any of our Twintel mains showed up to this tournament, did they?
Let me double check and I'll let you know and see if I know for sure.
One of the things
Min.
One of the things I really
Rosalina.
like about this community, though, what Jorpin's doing, is he can look at the bracket and we know everyone so well that it's just you know what everyone's gonna play.
Roughly. There have been a couple surprises of people that I wasn't expecting. But over the course of a couple weeks, I should say. Not yet. We've seen one match. That was pretty par for the course as far as those players go, but we're definitely seeing people start to enter that experimentation phase. They're like, okay, I've been doing this for a couple weeks now. Is there anything else that I can do here? What should I do? How can I change my own game up?
Yeah,
Throw people off.
We know a lot of people who've been in the community now that are switching over from their tried and true mains that they've used since launch. I know Sol, who is in this tournament, who didn't show up. He started off with Springman, now he's switched over to Twintel. We've got a lot of people originating with Min who are now using... A lot of people have actually swapped to Twintel.
That surprises me, because this is just my personal opinion. I don't think Twintel's that good. She has a really predictable play pattern where a lot of what I've seen of the high-level players this may just be a product of what they do, right? But what I see them do a lot is they'll just kind of like witch time, as we call it, slow down time, and then move into a guard, parry off of that, and move forward. And that'll be kind of just like what they do. They don't really mix it up with anything else, and they just try to rely on that gameplay cycle to get them to propel themselves forward. And it becomes really readable after a while.
No, that makes sense. I feel like a lot of people lately are being swayed more so by the fact that they're not sure if our tournaments, the big tournaments, are going to be default or custom oriented.
All right, stir up real quick. Sorry, they decided on Sky Arena. That will be the next map we play on.
Yes, sir. You got it. But I think the fact that Twintelle has some pretty solid default arms is the reason why people are being swayed to her side, the side of the rotund.
And can you blame them? On the arms part, that is. Alright, so once again, it looks like we're going to see Phallus on the double Ram and Jay Knight playing his Bite and Bark. Does Jay Knight only play default Bite and Bark, or does he do customs? Do you know?
From what I've seen, he normally sticks to default Bite and Bark. He'll mix it up a little bit, but this is usually his tried and true Siki and Bub.
Gotcha, yep. Siki is a very good arm when used absolutely to its maximum potential. But it is slow, and it looks like Phallus kind of knows his way around it already. Has Jay Knight down to about half HP at this point.
Yeah, we're seeing some perfect parries by Phallus, left and right here, even on the Sikis.
Yeah, it's very, very risky to parry a Siki, because if they hit you with that explosion and you mistime it even a little bit, you'll be electrocuted, and that's essentially a free grab for them. And the first round is gone, down immediately. Phallus with a very definitive.
Neither of them even built up their rush.
Yeah, that was quick. Jeez. Alright, Jay Knight switching over to Hydra now, maybe going for more of that anti-air option.
I think he's just trying to be quick, because without any breathing from Phallus, Jay Knight can't even get his powered up version of his arms.
Yeah, sadly he just dropped the guard there, strangely. Now, he does have super, so he does have an option to get out of this, but Phallus pretty much just has him stuck in the corner with these wake-up rams. Very, very hard to deal with.
In this map, it is very easy to snowball when you're sitting out on the sidelines.
Oh yeah, but speaking of snowballing, Jay Knight now has control of the center. He's going to look to keep it. Phallus not letting the dog stay alive even remotely.
Jay Knight can't make a single mistake here if he wants it to stay in this.
Well,
I guess, you spoke too soon. First set's going to go to Phallus again.
Yeah, it's just, I think, especially for default Bite and Bark, Ram Rams are going to be really hard to deal with, because he doesn't have a lot. He only really has that vertical option, which Ram Rams deal with incredibly well, and it's going to be rough.
Well, there's just Bite and Bark just doesn't have the mobility. It's very hard for a Bite and Bark to get a lot of pressure. I really don't know where I personally feel where I'm on the spectrum when it comes to that character. Some Bite and Barks can put on pressure by bouncing off of, Bark repeatedly, but it's just, where do you really feel like Bite and Bark stands on the tier list for these characters? Do you think he's a high pick, a low pick?
I think he's distinctly, well, let me separate into two things. So for customs, I think he's like mid-lower, right? So he'd be kind of around like, I'd say where Mechanica is, maybe where Ribbon Girl is, kind of in that area. Really depends, basically, on how they play. For defaults, I would say that Bite and Bark's one of the higher tiers, just because Bub's a really solid arm. Siki's solid in and of itself, and if I remember correctly, his third arm is... Oh, I can never remember. It's third default arm.
It's a Cracker, right?
That sounds right.
Isn't it the
So
Cracker?
I'm gonna say yes. That sounds right.
I
All
think
of
it's
those are really solid.
Hold on, I can check right now. You go to
right.
set arms, and it's let's see. Yeah, it's the
second
Cracker.
map
It's the
pick, by the
Cracker.
way. Mausoleum is going to be Master Mummy's Magical Mausoleum. Alliteration.
Sounds
It's
like
fun.
a fantastic Disney movie. Disney Channel original movie. I wouldn't give it that much.
Yeah, I would say go a little farther, 10. All right, going into the second match here. Pretty much, I think everyone's sticking to what they showed earlier. Jay Knight going with that Siki and Bub. This is a much smaller map, but does kind of have that same center control factor once the middle of the stage is broken. So we'll see if Jay Knight can learn from his mistakes and try and do what he can here. Nice grab landed.
We're seeing a little bit more confidence on the part of the J-Knight, though, not just backing into the corner trying to keep himself up the whole time.
Yeah, like you said, that's just kind of a factor of Sky Arena, right? Where it's a very snowbally map. Once you have center control, especially against Ram-Rams, like you kind of just have to really hope for the best to get back on the stage. Alright, Lifesteal's about even here. I think Phallus a little bit of a super advantage over J-Knight. Throwing out more punches, granting him more of that super. Getting the Dragon Arm once again, but immediately knocked down. A lot of, like, good Seekis landed.
Vicious cycle here, trying to get his Dragon Arm up and getting knocked down by the Seeki and the Bub, and just trying to close in the gap a little bit to maybe get off that rush.
Yeah,
and,
he's actually just getting punched in the face repeatedly by the dog.
Oh, man, that was a quick turnaround. You know,
J-Knight playing incredibly well there.
Yeah, no, he was in a much better place that game, you could tell.
Yeah, both players have super going to the second round, though, so it's anyone's game at this point. Seems like Phallus not knowing really how to respond to this pressure. This is kind of a rough matchup for Min Min, like, depending on how you play it, right? Just because if you immediately go into charge, Bite himself, the dog, will actually knock you down and out of your own charge. So it's hard to, like, get back that Dragon Arm if he's up on the ground.
Both of the players making some pretty questionable decisions this round, though, with both of them whiffing their rush almost immediately.
It was an honor whiff. Like, all right, you miss, I'll miss too, don't worry. Make the season. So far, Phallus choosing to play the center of the stage was pretty strange. I would say. Like, you don't see a lot of Min Mins do that.
I feel like with the change with the trampoline in the middle of the map, that Phallus is going to have a little bit of an advantage here.
I would definitely agree, because it gives him so many more tactical options, right? He can play more of that outside game like he does now, and J-Knight's forced to go across the middle, which leaves him very open in the air. Or he can play in the middle and play ultra aggressively and get to his face with that double kick. Ooh, both supers coming out, but Phallus's is the one that lands. That second round going to go over to him, and J-Knight's going to waste his super as well.
Which means we're going to be going into our last fight here with no rush.
Yeah, it's going to be more, I don't want to say skill, but it's going to be more of an all-out brawl now instead of just trying to open somebody up both offensively and defensively with your item.
Phallus wants none of this cat and mouse stuff this round. He's doing what he can to get straight into J-Knight's face and just not let the poor man breathe.
Yeah, Phallus basically uses those Ram-Rams as like a rudimentary shotgun. Just getting in their face and just spreading at both of them out at the same time so they can't move anywhere.
Unfortunately,
and then
blasting the poor dog as well.
Yeah, he's just, oh god, he just put that dog down, that poor pupper. Always rough to see. Nobody call Robo-Peta.
J-Knight's doing what he can to kind of keep Phallus at bay here with one hit of his life, and he does have rush. He's going to go and try and land it.
Oh, but Phallus.
Side swipe from Phallus knocks it out. He was about to get hit by that Seeki too, but it just did not have enough health to survive that trade.
Yeah, and just I think Ram-Ram was like slightly faster there. And in the most cases, Seeki, while it is a good arm, it's a very slow arm. So when you try and go for trades, you can definitely go around it or dodge around it. Some people hate it, but it's not impossible to do it.
Very strong props to J-Knight though for you know, doing a very, very solid job the first round on the Mausoleum. You know, it's hard as a Bite and Bark to kind of deal with someone coming up in your face, especially in Min Min, someone as mobile as that with the Ram-Rams. You know.
Yeah, I know many people who hate Ram-Rams with a burning passion.
Oh, yeah, I'm one of them, and I'm a Min Min main.
Hey, so am I, but I'm on the other end.
Yeah, you like it, I know. But very, very respectable fight to both J-Knight, who is one of the better Bite and Barks in the entire community, and Phallus, who's one of the top tier Min Mins.
All right, just give you a little bit of an update on the bracket if we can. It looks like Sir Rosalina and Cordy are still in their match. And then Wazpix and Camden getting a 2-0 over Wazpix, going to move on to face Phallus in the winner's semifinals. And Rog just, hanging out.
Yeah, I'm going to be hoping that we can spectate that match of Rogs, so we're not, just following Phallus his whole way, down to down the bracket here.
Yep. Just keep in mind this is a double elimination tournament.
Yes.
So we will see someone come from behind in losers and see them in the final. See if we can see the run back. Let me see who we got in losers here. This part's a little messed up because of the DQs, but we got, I think Savage was here, correct?
I suppose.
I'm trying to double check here.
I don't remember Savage ever or participating.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I'm looking. Rosa, Cordy. Yeah, he did not. Looks like he got DQ'd. So in the losers, we're gonna see. We will see. We're gonna see Igor. We're gonna see J Knight. And we're gonna see Waspix, and I think that's all we've got so far.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, we only have two actual matches in the tournament right now. You know, not in the losers, and that's gonna be Cordy and Sir Rosalina who are fighting, and Camden and Phallus. So once Camden and Phallus are good to go, we're just waiting on the outcome for Sir Rosalina and Cordy. I know Sir Rosalina is a Twintel main, and Cordy,
Yep.
if I'm correct, is a Kid Cobra.
Cordy is a Kid Cobra, yes.
Okay, so still in the tournament now, we've got Phallus as Min Min, Cordy as Kid Cobra, Sir Rosalina as Twintel, and I'm not sure who Rog or Camden play as.
Camden, no idea. I have no idea who he is, honestly.
Yeah, I know.
Rog,
It's just
I'm
out of
pretty
left
sure he's a
field.
minion man?
Is
I
Rog-
think.
I'm not sure. I feel like I
I might be getting
something...
him and Formal Cat mixed up. I'm not sure.
What'd you learn, Jay Knight? Let us know. Learn something about Bite and Bark. I normally don't play very much Bite and Bark. I've played him maybe a handful of times. It's just such a stark contrast from playing as Min Min with no footsie game, really.
Yeah, it's a lot of characters don't play like Min Min does, which is surprising. There's a couple that can be highly mobile, but they're all kind of mobile in different ways. So like, you've got Ribbon Girl, who plays in the air and fast falls and tries to play around that. And then you've got, Min Min, who's more of like a ground-based, like, fast fighter. And then everyone else is kind of in that middle ground where, like, they're not too fast or not too slow, but they do have some, like, offensive and defensive footsies options.
It's true. It's more of a flow thing that you're feeling. Well, if I'm correct, Bite and Bark punches every 5-6 seconds?
5, if I remember right.
So I guess there would be a way to, to keep pressure up if you systematically learn when to throw your punches, depending on if your opponent allows you to even keep the dog up.
Yeah, it's what you'll see a lot of good players do against Bite and Bark is basically just like, as soon as they knock down Bite, or Bart, yeah, Bite. But I have to give them both B names. As soon as they knock down Bite, they'll just go and knock out Bark immediately and just keep them down and try and keep them staggered, right? So
Yeah.
once you knock them down, you have like that window of like, okay, I can do anything without getting punched randomly, essentially.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, coming from my opinion, playing the way I play, first off, I've never had an issue with a Bite and Bark player, and I don't think you've had too many complications fighting Bite and Bark as well.
I fought like 10 of them, maybe total.
That's true, there's not a lot of them. J Knight is probably the most memorable Bite and Bark that I've fought, and it's monopolizing on that dog. It's just constantly keeping it down because it limits so many aspects of that combination. There's no mobility, there's no reflect, there's no extra pressure.
Yeah, that's probably the hardest thing to get used to on Bite and Bark is a lot of other characters, so like Springman Max Brass, when they dash, they get parries off with their deflect circle, right? Ribbon can slow down, not Ribbon, Twintel can slow down punches and then go into a guard and parry off of that. Bite and Bark only has that option when he's jumping on top of Bark's head, which if Bark's down, he has nothing extra on top of the standard defense options.
So the thing is too, you don't see a lot of high level, or actually not. You see high level Bite and Barks do it, but no one else really even utilizes the dog. You don't see any of them jump off the dog. They don't, when you block, the dog will take a free hit for you as well. Essentially giving Bite and Bark a double shield. Using Bark as a shield is part of the strategy. Yes, that's what I was saying, J Knight.
That's cruel, Jay. How could you? The innocent dog did nothing.
Sometimes the dog just has to take a hit for you.
No, I honestly want to see more like Bite and Bark. I want to see more of any of like the quote unquote low tier characters. There are so many Min Min Mans. Honestly, just so many.
I mean, we're both part of the problem. Both of us main Min Men, and we're both commentating this tournament. So
Yeah, I've tried branching out. I've been playing some Spring Man and Max Brass on my off time, just to try and learn them. I think I've got a good rhythm down for Spring, but Max is a completely different beast. I thought he'd be really similar when I first started playing, because like, oh, he's just got Spring Man abilities, but you actually have to play him kind of similar to Min Min, where you play more of like a charge and like knockdown game at that point.
yeah, yeah. The second you get them down, you try and stay as buff as you possibly can the entire time.
And it's hard to do because his wears off over time compared to like Min Min's just stays until she knocks down. So you have to get into a rhythm of like, okay, this is how long my buff's gonna last. All right, I can have this one moment of aggression, and now I'm weak.
Yeah, you get about what is it, three punches with each side before you you deflate. So
3 or 4, something like that. I haven't played enough to
yeah,
really know it.
you have to try and get a knockdown within that time frame.
And it's not hard, depending what arms you use. Like, Max Brass defaults, especially defaults, is probably one of the stronger character combinations. Having Nade, Roaster, and Kablammer, like having a heavy arm, and then having 2 really, really fast punch arms.
His arms are phenomenal. Yes, sure, they require a lot of aim, and it's hard to do, but you know, for the damage you get, the damage output of the Roaster charged with it's equal to a grab, 150 damage. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I think anyone who's good with Roasters, people have nightmares about.
Oh,
because
yeah.
350 damage is intense.
And especially if you're just good at being aggressive and in your face, you don't even have to be good at aiming the Roaster. You just have to be right in their face and know your parries.
Especially like if you use them on, say, someone like Kid Cobra, right? Where he has maximum girth arms, where you can just like at that point you barely have to aim in the first place. You can just kind of like throw it straight, and it'll cover half of like the enemy side of the map at that point.
Yes, that's very true. Kid Cobra though, Kid Cobra is not fun.
I feel like Qwerty is one of the few people who like finally understand how to use Cobra. Where you use like the bigger, heavier arms, right? And you just get in people's faces, and you're just like, I have maximum girth. What are you gonna do about it?
Oh my god, yeah. Especially sometimes when they get dual megatons, it's actually they can do pretty good damage with that. But
yeah,
I'm honestly noticing as the game's been out, a big reduction in the amount of Kid Cobra mains.
Yeah, it seems like people would think he's weak. I don't know why. Because I'm not sure. He might have gotten nerfed in this patch. They weren't very specific, right? In the latest patch notes, so we're not sure. But as far as I can tell, he's basically still as strong as he was before. But people are just playing him less. They value maybe more mobility options, say for Ribbon or Min Min, instead of like just the sheer massive like armed strength you can bring with Kid Cobra.
Yes, this is true. And most people that even played Kid Cobra, all they ever did with him was jump.
Yeah.
Like, he's got the triple dash. All they did was short hop, punch, short hop, punch. You know, it always staples me back to Street Fighter. When a lot of people get new into fighting games, all they do is jump. And you see it here on ARMS too. One of the best ways to get better at this game is to not press the jump button.
You need to learn to go an entire matches without jumping.
Yes.
And then learn how to jump.
Yes, exactly.
It's something, it's like one of the, you know, as we say, we'll tell you like all these rules, like this is what you should do. But the thing about the rules is you have to learn them before you learn how to break them.
Very, very true. So it seems Jay Knight has jumped into the room here. So I guess, are we going to be spectating a fight from the losers bracket? Jay Knight versus Face?
I'm not sure. I guess we're gonna find out. As far as I know, I think we're broadcasting everything past semis, correct? So, like, including semis.
Yeah. I think I need to accept a friend request here, I guess. I got one while waiting in the lobby.
Yeah, our next match is going to be Jay versus Face. I just got confirmation.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and remake the room. It's going to be the same code, same everything.
Gotcha.
Let me add Face here real quick. There's beautiful white glasses.
So, do you know anything about Face? I don't think I've seen him play yet.
I've never seen him play.
Alright, well, we're gonna see Jay. which I think we can guess is going to do some more bite and bark play. I'd be interested to see what Face pulls out, just because I haven't seen him play yet, so I want to see maybe what kind of style he plays.
Let's see who he lost out to so far on the tournament. So he was playing against... Let's see. I don't even see him in here.
Let me see if I can find it. So, in the first round, he played Waspix and lost 2-0.
Oh, okay, alright.
And then so he went down to losers. And yeah, it looks like he's going to be playing Jay, and the Waspix is going to be fighting Defer. I think.
We got
Yeah,
Face
Defer
in here.
did participate, got it.
All right.
Alright.
On J-Knight, and then we will find out what map we were fighting on. Sorry for all the trouble here today, guys. I know it's taken a while before we get into games. There's just some confusion with the bracket and, you know, filling up and everything. So, don't worry about it. We'll have another game in here momentarily for you guys. Until then, if you have any ARMS-related questions for me and Jorpin, we both have played hundreds of hours of this game so far, so I'm sure we can answer any questions you have.
Or at least try.
Yeah. I admit I am no Yabuki, but I can do what I can.
We need to get Yubuki himself on here to answer questions.
Oh yeah.
First, we need to learn Japanese.
He can play a game against the winner.
Oh yeah, let me just call him up, get him in here. Got him on speed dial, you know.
I was about to make that joke. You beat me to it.
Let me see if I can get a hold of them on Discord and see what maps they're gonna do. I know you have access to the Smash GG
Yeah.
admin, so you can probably see faster than I can. Because I cannot get into that information, so...
I've just never even used this website.
Yeah. I think if you click... Excuse me. I think if you click on their match and you can see their chat, if you're in admin, I think. I'm not 100%.
They have a chat? That's cute.
Yeah, that you can coordinate with people directly through Smash GG. Let me see if I can pull it up here and see it.
Oh, I do see the chat. Oh, they're talking. Okay. That's cool. That's fancy. Alright, Spring Stadium it is. I know, he's banning Spring Stadium. Oh, Face doesn't know the rules. Okay. They're having a dispute real quick over the map.
Alright.
And once that is done, we'll get going.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see. Alright, I have now been able to pull it up.
The chat is very entertaining right now.
Yeah. It's something. We'll tell you that much. So it looks like we got a couple of questions in chat. Let me see if we can take them real quick. Ivysaur EG asks, I'm a double bub main. How do I get my friends to like me again? You can't. Sorry. You've already crossed that bridge.
That's like being a Meta Knight main in Brawl.
Exactly. Like you just once you cross that bridge, you've burned it. Like you have to burn it on the way across.
Well, I mean, you can make new friends. Just don't ever tell them what ARMS is.
Yeah, and then if you bring it up, even if they don't play ARMS, they'll know. The way you say it, they'll know. They'll know. They'll feel the shame.
If you're a double bub main, you just have this air about you. It doesn't even matter. You're the guy that goes into the bar and gets a martini.
Just like that guy. Ugh. Do we have any other questions here? It looks like that's not a question. Oh, I have a question apparently. Jazzpunk asks, "Hey Jorpin, what's your favorite Min Min loadout?" My personal loadout is I go Ram Ram, Megaton, and Roaster, and mostly sticking to Ram Ram on the left hand, the Dragon Arm, and then Roaster on the right hand, kind of as a fast mix-up offensive and defensive option. I'll switch to Roaster left and Megaton right if I feel like someone's going to be spamming a lot, because it seems to work out pretty well. So personally, that's what I like. And I know 10 uses Chilla Tribolt.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
That is my favorite loadout. People always get mad at me for it, but it's fine. It works for me. It's great.
Tribolt combos are free, dude.
It's I mean, it's a nice 270 damage.
Speaking of 270 damage, though, Face taking a lot, almost that to the face. Nearly immediately. We're seeing a Chilla Parasol. Looks like default Twin Tail on his end. J Knight going default Bite and Bark as well.
Except for the Hydra.
Except for the Hydra, you are correct. So he's doing that default +1. They're really playing they're really playing the keep away game at this point. I didn't expect Twintelle to, but Twintelle's usually like to play a lot more aggressively.
Oh yeah, monopolizing the time stop. But I feel like FaZe is really trying to keep its distance with that Seiki.
Yeah, Seiki can't really play that close range game incredibly well. Ooh, nice super landed by FaZe. Going to take the first round over J Knight.
This does mean, though, that J Knight's going to be coming into this next round with a advantage of a rush fully charged. You can pop that off real quick here.
And if he can land that, especially with the Seiki confirm, like that's going to be 400 damage, which is nothing to scoff at. So far, J Knight playing more of that keep away game again. FaZe trying to get into his face. No pun intended. Super coming out, gonna land that Seiki on him. Only going to land first with the Seiki, so only going to get that 230 damage. Instead of a little bit of fallout with the bub.
Still a good decision, though, because FaZe is about halfway to his super, giving J Knight enough time to catch up here and whittle him down with damage and a free grab confirm off of that Seiki, dropping him to a little bit below half health here.
Yeah, J Knight playing really well in that keep away game he's trying to pull off here. FaZe also playing kind of the same game, and it's not working out as well for him. Ooh. That electric... Oh, here comes the super coming out. Knocks the dog out, sends him into another world over there, but then J Knight counters with his own, knocking him out of the super right at the end.
All J Knight needs to do is get that confirmed with his rush, but he's already got plenty of pressure. FaZe is whiffing a few here and trying to close the gap and knock down not only by the robot, but by the dog.
That's always rough. Sometimes you get knocked out by the dog, right? And that always feels the worst.
Did you mean that pun when you said that's always rough?
Totally. Yeah. All right, J Knight going to have the advantage again, going to round 3. Still held on to a super from last round. Going to see if he can confirm anything into it. Now, keep in mind, supers can be landed basically both as an offensive and a defensive option. If someone were to punch you with the...
That poor dodge into the Seiki, costing him 180 health.
It's always hard to account for, because that Seiki explosion can be kind of weird sometimes. But FaZe going to return with a super of his own, landing a lot more damage than J Knight did, now evening up the life totals.
Exactly
double. Barely landing. J Knight does still have super advantage. I would still give him the upper hand here, especially with how much he's how fast he's building this in comparison to FaZe.
Well, what FaZe has actually been doing well this fight is keeping away from J Knight, and J Knight realizes this, so the pressure is really being put down from him.
Yeah, they're both kind of trying to play the same keep away game, but J Knight's just playing a little more successfully, navigating around that parasol, as you said, as you saw. And just getting electrocuted in the most inopportune times for him, essentially.
I'm still really very, very much questioning this Parasol pick, though, because I'm wondering what it's really supposed to beat out.
I mean, theoretically, it could beat out Bub. But J Knight's a good enough player where he just kind of curves around it. He knows when it's going to come out and what to do against it. Super coming out from J Knight as well, but FaZe blocks everything. He's holding block there right now. We got 10 seconds left on the clock. See if J Knight will win this via time or FaZe can do enough damage. I don't think it is physically possible for him to do it. Yeah. And that's going to go to J Knight, just holding the guard at the end, playing for time.
And we're going to have 1-0 in favor of J Knight, and it's going to be first to 2 out of 3.
Yeah, because these are not the losers semis yet.
No, not yet. Not yet.
That's going to be a couple matches from now.
So, we're actually seeing a lot of bite and bark. That's not something I really expected. J Knight's doing pretty good. You know,
yeah, he's doing work.
When it comes to the tournament scene, just like when you see Schmalten, who's not here today, with his Mechanica, I feel like he's the only person who even uses Mechanica competitively, and I want to say I feel like J Knight's the only character that uses Bite and Bark competitively.
I think, as far as I know, I'm trying to think here. I don't know anyone else personally who also uses Bite and Bark and keep. I know people who will use them like casually, right? And they'll do it for like friendly stuff or what have you. But nobody will bring it out in a tournament.
Yeah. And another thing I wonder, I know Jay Knight personally was a Bite and Bark main before the game even came out. He loved that character, he loved the design of that character, and he stuck by that character. I feel like a lot of people do that, and I'm not sure if it's a wise decision, you know, sticking with a character instead of bouncing around and really finding out a character you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So, you know, like, just the first one they pick, just basically throw it at the dartboard and be like, that one. This is my main now. I feel like if you don't experiment around, you can't really find out. Like, I never thought I'd like Springman. And then I did, like, a rank 1 to 15 challenge with him, and I loved him until the end of it.
I actually didn't learn how to play Min Min very well until I, wait, no, don't ready up. I don't know the map.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
Spring Stadium.
Spring Stadium, alright. Going to be a close quarters fight to the death.
But yeah, I did not grasp how I wanted to play Min Min, because Min Min was the initial character that I picked favor of before the game dropped. And when I used her, I wasn't very comfortable with her until I decided to try all the characters out in the ranked ladder. And after playing Springman and using the Tri-Bolt and the Toaster, I realized that was the kind of playstyle I wanted to incorporate on Min Min.
And it works really well. You're very good at it.
Just swap the Toaster out for the Chilla.
That's what I like. That's what I like about Min Min, is she seems to be one of the more versatile characters, just because like pretty much everything benefits from being permacharged.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, we're seeing a Tri-Bolt hover right now from Face. That's going to be interesting, especially on a small map like this. If he can pull it off correctly, he's going to get a lot of confirms and a free 270. Well, not free, but he'll have 120 damage from the charged Tri-Bolt, and then a free 150 grab essentially if he times it perfectly.
If he's familiar with that combo, I don't see a lot of people actually do that combo when they have the Tri-Bolt. But another advantage he's going to have is if he can nick that Seiki while it's charged with the Tri-Bolt because it's so wide.
Yep. And it's just going to cause it to explode in his face, if timed correctly.
Although with these two arms, the Parasol is the only one he's going to really even be able to knock down any of his arms with. He's at a pretty clear disadvantage here.
Yeah, and both players with Super here, pretty much whoever lands it first is going to have either the round or the life lead at this point.
I'm very shocked that we didn't see a Yabuki combo off that trampoline.
Yeah, maybe that's also another thing that I don't think a lot of people know about. Ooh, do you see a little sidestep while his arms are down?
Yes, I did.
That was very nice, but alas, he had a bub to follow it up. You can't get away from that glove super, and that is going to be the first round over to Jay Knight.
Faith coming in here with a little bit of an advantage, though. Fully charged rush. If he can land that quickly, he can put himself in an even better spot as he gets himself in a position to build it up again. But he is keeping his absolute distance here, trying to close in and getting hit by the Seiki. Wake up into a grab, and another juggle by Jay.
Yeah, he just doesn't seem to be able to find the... Oh, find a nickel for every time that's happened.
Knocked out of the rush by the Seiki, yes. The worst thing that could ever happen.
One of the most tilting things on ranked when that happens. Jay Knight now with an incredible lead in the second round. Oh, he misses everything apart of the super, though. Face is going to decide to sit there and guard. Which is not a bad decision against Seiki, because there's not a lot of hits going to be coming your way.
Face is definitely playing the more conservative game here, but just doesn't have the arms to challenge the cross-map sniping that Jay's getting with the Seiki, and that is going to be the game.
Yeah, 2-0 in favor of Jay Knight. Good play from him, keeping up the pressure where he keeping the pressure up on Face, and also managing to stay away into his perfect zone of like power for his playstyle.
And that is going to move Jay Knight up further onto the losers bracket.
Yeah, congratulations to him, moving on. And Face, you'll get him next time. I believe in you, buddy. Looks like Jay Knight is going to be playing Wasp picks next. In the
yes, and
bracket.
It looks like Gore has already moved his way up the losers bracket. Yes, almost already at the losers semifinals.
Can we say we're shocked?
Personally, no. We'll.
Yeah.
I'm very, very certain we'll see him in the finals. Unless, you know, he does. We could see something come out of J Knight or Waspix.
Yeah, I think J Knight could definitely challenge him. Maybe I don't know. Gore does well against people who try to stay away, so we might not see it pulled off. But I think anyone could really just try at least. You know what I'm saying?
See here, the match with Camden versus Phallus. Phallus ended up being victorious and has moved on to our semifinals here, waiting on the results from the match between Rog and QWERTY. We've got J Knight and Gore in here.
I think J Knight's just kind of hanging around for a sec. Looks like Gore and Camden?
Yeah, it seems Camden's going to be the one who's going to step in here so we get to see this fight.
We just got to get J Knight out of here for a sec.
J Knight, I love you, buddy. I do. I love you. But it's time to go.
Get out of here.
There we go. No, there goes Gore. All right, I guess J Knight wants to party with us for a little bit. I mean, as long as he's got blorbs, I'm not too upset.
Our next match we're gonna be streaming is Gore versus Camden. Though I just received word, so.
Is it? Okay.
Yep. So we might have to remake this real quick. If Jay is AFK, it seems like.
Jay, por favor, my friend, please. Okay.
I can remake it real quick.
Sounds good.
It'll be the same code that you gave me, so.
Awaiting further instruction.
Alright, lobby is up. Gore and Camden, please join on me. I will get into their match chat.
Shoutouts to 10 for not sending a tweet that the tournament started. I'm pretty sure I sent it a tweet. And I'm pretty sure I tagged Jorpin in it. I'm pretty sure Jorpin liked the tweet.
I did. I can prove it. I would post a link, but I don't want to get banned by the bot.
Yeah, it's okay.
Alright, I am in their chat. I will let you... Oh, I guess I'll just change the map and get everything started then once I see that it is good to go.
Oh, wait. I tagged you in the beginning of the tweet. So that means I tweeted at you.
Oh.
I hate that.
That's... Okay. That
Awkward. Well, I tweeted to Jorpin that the tournament was starting.
Hey, at least I knew.
Now the tweet's there. I'll put it in the chat. Oh, I can't put it in the chat. I'll get banned. It's okay. I tweeted it.
If you go to either of our Twitters above our heads, you can go and check for yourself and see that it's there.
Yeah, I did tweet. It's okay, I tried. You know what, Master? I was busy making the beautiful overlay that this is, okay? I whipped all this up in 5 minutes, okay? Alright? So, it's nice. We got little graphics. We got with our links. I'm rubbing my animated face right here. It's, it's there. It's there. It's good. It's pretty.
They are still working through bans. Just want to give a quick shout out though to the sponsor of this tournament.
Are
Game
you
Over
psychic?
Entertainment.
Oh my God! I was right. I was pulling it up. Like stop.
You were pulling
getting
it up?
in my head.
I know you. I'm calling you out. I know. I'm in your mind.
Yeah,
I got the mind
yes,
game.
you are. It's a little scary.
But we just want to say thanks to Game Over Entertainment and Dragon Slayer Games. They're based in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Saying names of cities is hard. They're supporting this whole thing, supporting the arms community. You can follow them and all the esports events that they do. This tournament's going to be weekly, as far as we know so far. They'll be running it as well. And if you live in the Oklahoma tri-state area, you can stop by their shop. Tell them one of us sent you. Do it.
Tell them 10 or Jorp sent you, because we're the best.
And /or, either one. Or both.
We both did it, because apparently we have the same brain, same mind.
Alright, the pick for the map is going to be Spring Stadium. I will set this up real quick. We'll be good to go. I'm going to start it up. First match going to be Gore Magala versus Camden on Spring Stadium.
Now, as far as... Oh, Min Min. I did not know that.
I was not expecting that.
Well, I mean, to be fair, isn't Min Min the most used character in the game right now?
Yeah, I must say, if we're going to go, like, statistic-wise, it was probably the most likely thing. But
Yeah.
looks like Camden runs a default Min, though. Which, I don't know if I like that, personally. Especially in a tournament that allows customs. I feel like she has so many better options.
Well, I just have such a strong bias against everything Megawatt, so...
Yeah, I feel you there. I don't even... I'll use Megaton, but I cannot stand Megawatt.
Yeah, Megaton is good because what it does what it exists to do, although Megawatt is just a worse Sparky, and Sparky's already a bad arm in my opinion.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. So far, life lead isn't that far in favor of Gore. Camden kind of playing the away game where he can, doing what he can.
Able to get some
Gore
clean
now
hits
has him
with
under
the Ram, keeping him into the game. He just got rushed, both of them maintaining the rush, and Gore getting knocked down.
It's definitely hard to keep up pressure into that tower mode. So it's very, very awesome to see Camden actually manage to keep up in the super game against Gore. He tends to try and throw a lot of damage out from tower to build up that super really fast.
Only 200 damage, though, from Gore's super, and that super from Camden put out a little too quickly. Capitalizing
But it does
on
get 80
hits.
damage. Ooh, tower mode, always rough. First round gonna go over to Gore. Sitting back there, throwing out punches.
That was a pretty good fight, though, from Camden, from the first time ever seeing him fight against, you know, one of the top Helix players, period.
Yeah, I would definitely want to see him switch off the Megawatt here. I don't think it's gonna do anything against the way Gore's playing right now.
Not
Maybe he
at
was going
all.
more in that tower mode. I could see him pulling off doing some work. But Gore is definitely not using a lot of that Helix tower to his advantage, except right there to build, you know, half a bar super nearly instantly.
Well, what I'm seeing is Camden throwing out that Megawatt and just being stuck waiting for it to return and just getting knocked out by these roasters.
Oh, did not predict the grab, just stuck there guarding. Gore's gonna have another super at his disposal here. Waits for the punch to land into him and then gets the free parry off of it. 2-0 in favor of Gore.
That was an interesting, you know, it was an interesting fight, seeing a default Min Min. Gore doing what, you know, we're pretty much used to at this point with his double roaster setup.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've come to expect this from Gore at this point, right?
Besides,
Where he's
when
gonna.
he jumped out with the blorb and the roaster or the toast.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a, I think, experimental phase for Gore there. He's really trying to learn more about himself.
And what better to do with than the blorb?
Yeah. The blorb really, you can look into it and it looks back and it really tells you what kind of person you are when you use it.
I mean, I wonder if it's shiny. It could have a good reflection off of it. I just want to eat it. If I had a blorb, I would devour that thing.
Really?
It looks delicious. You know those life-size gummy bears? That's probably what a blorb tastes like.
That
Blue raspberry gummy bear.
is not the direction I was thinking when I first saw it.
I'd be throwing my blorb at you and you just see a big old teeth mark in the side of it.
Get some of that saliva damage on top of the regular blorb damage.
Oh, man. Supposedly it has an amazing taste according to the ARMS info in-game. Really? Turupa.
Yeah, whoa. I did not expect that.
I want
I actually thought it would
even more.
taste gross.
I think, I mean, it looked like a giant jelly ball. I'm good. I like it. I'll smother it on some toast.
You know, maybe I need to take a second look at it. This is sounding more and more appetizing by the minute.
I mean, if I had to eat, you know, one of the arms in the game, it would probably be the dwarf.
Nah, dude, come on. Ram. Just a little frisbee.
Nah,
Delicious.
it'd probably be it would cause the least internal damage, the Ram. Pretty small.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah. If you had to.
Yeah. Very weird conversation topics that pop up during the Reach for the Sky tournament here. What arm, if you had to, would you eat? Let me know, chat. If you were forced to eat one of these arms in the games, which one would you consume?
I mean, I feel like now that we told everyone that, they're gonna pick Blorb.
Well, that's
Right?
true. But
Alright,
what if it
looks
just
like we have
tastes
our
good,
next
but it's
match.
actually not edible?
It just tastes good, but you can't eat it.
Yeah, yeah. What if you're just eating plastic and you're done?
That would be bad. Don't do that, kids. Don't eat blorb. It's bad for you.
It's like when you could buy those. What? Oh, you set up the map. Okay. Cool.
Yep, I got it. I
A little
can
spooked.
get the
A little
chat
spooked
now
there.
and set everything up. Don't worry.
Appreciate
Looks
that,
like our
friend.
second map is going to be Buster Beach. I know it's a favorite of a lot of Min players, and I think it's a favorite of Gore as well.
This is Gore's second favorite map next to Spring Stadium.
Yeah, the way he plays, I don't blame him for liking Spring Stadium. It really lets you just, get in people's faces and play aggressively. Min really benefits from maps where they can't do that, where you get to play back, get that free dragon charge, and then you can go in.
Yes, exactly.
So far, Gore already at half super here.
This
Kind
is
of
one of
towering up and spamming out.
This is one of the few maps where you can really just get stuck in a corner and not have anywhere to go.
Yeah,
Depending on the
especially
pressure.
that lower half that Camden's currently in. Like they can just force you into the corner. Unless you hit them out, you're just done.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So far, both players just kind of spamming out, looking for the windows that they can find. We're building a lot of super off of this, while Camden's trying to get an opening for a laser for him. This looks like it is fun to deal with on the side of Camden. Finally confirming a hit, but he is still at a very big disadvantage here. Gonna have to try and get that super off. Looks like Gore's going to get the angle though and land it off onto him. 310 damage landed.
Camden is at the big disadvantage here, only landing one solid hit on Gore and about to be knocked out with this pressure. A little questionable with the dragon arm not being able to combat much at all, and down goes Camden.
Yeah, I don't think Dragon Arm was the correct pick here. It makes him unable to dodge, essentially, and that's just, you do not want to do that against someone who's ultra aggressive.
Camden is very, very much dedicated to this default Min, which I just, case in point, I don't think default Min really stacks up besides Ram Ram.
Yeah, I know a lot of default Min players will go double Ram Ram just because
That's what I was
shotgun.
hoping to see out of Camden, with his commitment to at least switch it up to a double Ram Ram.
Yeah, but he's sticking to that Megawatt, and it is not paying off, especially with these supers. He's only getting 150 damage off the Megawatt going wide twice. That's not good. Granted, like, it can do work against his tower mode, but he's not using it as that defensive option. He's trying to get in there as an offensive.
No, not at all, not at all.
Gore is going to take it 2-0. Very fast and very convincing round for him. There's a reason why he's one of the more well-known players inside of this small, tight-knit community.
Oh yes, no, Gore knows what he's doing. Gore's very aggressive. Gore goes after what he wants. And the thing about Gore and the thing about Helix as well is that character fits in almost every scenario. Gore can keep away, he can kite you and keep his distance. He can get straight up into your face and mix up like no end. So
Yeah,
he very much uses he uses
Helix
that flubber body to fit into whatever situation and crack he needs to.
Helix is probably the biggest argument both for and against customs from like a tournament standpoint.
Yeah.
Helix with customs is considered like one of the best characters in the game if played optimally. Without customs, he's one of the worst.
Oh, absolutely. No, he is terrible with customs. Or that default, my bad.
Yeah, his default items are Ice Dragon, Guardian, and Blorb. Like, what do you do with those?
I honestly feel like when the developers designed Helix, they designed him to be a kiting, keep away character. I'm honestly curious to see what the developers would feel like when they see how the dynamic of Helix has changed so dramatically.
Yeah, if they were to see like the way that Helix is being played now, would they be happy? Would they be sad?
I think they would just be interested.
Yeah, I mean, because like you look at his kit outside of a bubble, right? And you just don't expect these things to work the way they do. But then when like you see them in reality, it's like, oh my god, this is really strong when used offensively.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so I guess what we are waiting on, we look at the bracket here. Cordy and Phallus are currently at the winners final. I would assume that they are waiting for us to spectate that match.
Yep, that is going to be us. We're going to be spectating that one. I think we just have to wait for Cordy to check in here, if he is still here.
Oh, he has not checked in?
Not for this. Not for this second match. He's been playing. It's just currently you have to check into every match, right?
Yeah, it'd be a little interesting if he got a free pass into the grand finals.
That would not be good.
Be an interesting tournament.
Yeah, if someone just kind of like rode the grand finals, that wouldn't be fun. Yeah, we're just waiting on them for a little bit.
I mean, do you want to fight with Guardy?
1 second.
Oh, you got confirmation?
Letting them know that we need to have Cordy check in. Hold. Cordy's having some issues checking in, so we might be waiting here for a couple of minutes.
Oh, is Cordy present though?
Yeah, it's just saying we're just getting info that he's having some trouble checking in, so we just need to get that underway
Okay, cool.
as soon as we can.
Technical issues, everybody. We'll be good to go in a little bit. Cordy just can't really check into the tournament.
It happens. Might be on the end of Smash GG. Any kind of fancy site like this, you're gonna have a couple of bugs that are hard to accounting.
I mean, I normally host my tournament from Strawpool, so I mean that's the website for me. Who do you want to win this game? All right, the winner is
the guy you voted for.
Oh, hype music? Is the music hype?
Are those
Great.
those new democratic tournaments?
Democratic tournaments. That's the only way to run them. Is America. We don't
Gosh,
need
dang
people to
right.
actually compete. We just need to vote on who wins.
That's what I like to hear. USA.
USA. No, we won't do that. Game Over and
But,
Dragon
yeah.
Slayer Games are not affiliated with USA propaganda.
I'm up for Double Guardians though.
I'm ready to go.
Like,
Whenever you are.
we're doing Master Mummy Double Guardian.
Yes, sir. Yes, we are.
All right.
Time for a little bit of an intermission here, guys, as Jorpan and I show off some high-level play here on ARMS Reach for the Sky.
What map do you want to play on? You want to play on the most competitive map?
Oh, yes, please. I would love to, and I already know what you're going to pick. Booshka, Snake Park. Let's do it.
So if you don't know, if you're new to the competitive scene in this game, Snake Park is actually outside of ranked now because it is not a competitive mode. You stand on these Beyblades in the center, and you kind of just drift around for a while until things happen. And with Double Guardians, this is going to be the ultimate Beyblade battle.
What I decided was that it required just simply too much skill, so it's best to not even bother with it in ranked, because players just can't keep up.
Yeah, they can't keep up with this Double Guardian action inside a rank. I don't even understand how Guardians work. I don't know how I just hit you there, honestly.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to crack jokes, but actually even using a Guardian like this, unlike the Blorb, you have to think so much.
Yeah, no, like, we meme about it, right? But Guardians are actually really, really hard to use. Like, legitimately. Especially if you want to use them well. Especially if you want to use super like this. Because, it's a terrible super.
Booshka. It's very bad, very, very bad.
Oh, I got the grab. The good thing about Guardian is it is electric, so you can get free damage off. The
Probably
bad thing
the-
is that Master Mummy has the worst jumps.
Probably the best electric arm in the game.
Honestly. How can anything compete? Another reason that we didn't really elaborate on, or don't you dare.
This is
steal
my Beyblade,
from
get
me.
off of it!
Don't you dare.
You get away!
This is not how this is gonna
No,
work.
no.
It's mine.
Get off of it! I've claimed
Never.
it. That's right.
But oh no, don't you dare. Alright, fine.
Yeah, you can have mine.
Trade. Oh, it's gonna time out. Who would have thought?
Okay. It's gonna time out the way it should time out. With the Beyblade mask. Oh no, no, get away!
Come on, come on! Oh, I got blocked. Oh my gosh. The timeout here. Alright, it looks like.
When you guys heard about the Reach for the Sky tournament, you were told there were going to be some pulse-pounding moments, and I want you to know this is exactly what we're delivering here. Nothing short of the
It
most
looks like they are
high-octane-
ready, so go ahead and just take me out. I'll jump off the Beyblade.
Take you out? Okay. Alright, I got you, buddy.
I'm ready. Don't put me back on the Beyblade.
I'm sorry.
Stop trying to put me on the Beyblade.
Get on it!
I don't want to skate. Not anymore.
Alright, this last one is done with love.
And there we go. Dumped into the ground.
That did 210 damage. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's each heavy. I'm pretty sure like some mediums and most heavy arms add 5 damage on throws.
What?
When they have pluses. So if you have 2 of them, you get 10 extra damage on the throw, dude.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. All right, they are in. So let me see if they have their maps ready to go. I gotta pull up their match. Apparently, I cannot. 1 second.
I apologize for that high, that exhilarating match there. It was a little too much.
All right, they're going to go beach. Let them know that I got it.
Oh, Buster Beach.
Yep. They're good to go. So we're going to see the next match here between Qwerty and Phallus. These are the winners finals, so it should be a best of 5 now, if I'm correct.
Winners finals, guys. Get excited.
I'm excited.
You know what to grab onto. Let's go. All right, I clasped my Donkey Kong plushie there.
It's okay. I think we'll get through this.
I hope so.
I hope. Yeah.
We've got the first Kid Cobra in the tournament, so.
Qwerty is a very good Kid Cobra. He uses a Slap-O-Mander Megaton loadout with a lot of rampant aggression, which allows him to get a lot of supers off. Even though the super isn't very good with those 2-arm combos, it still, like, if you can constantly throw it out, eventually you're going to hit something and get a lot of damage off.
Phallus just doesn't want to let him get out of the corner and breathe. That's his mindset.
Yeah, a lot of nice grabs being landed by Phallus immediately and trying to keep up that pressure on him. And it's working, yeah.
Although the Megaton is doing its job quite well.
That is probably the hardest thing to deal with here, is like the hitbox is a little finicky when you use Rams against Megaton. Sometimes it'll block and sometimes it won't.
Especially, yeah.
Depends on the curve
just
angle.
like what we witnessed there when he threw his left Ram. The Megaton just blocked it without even hitting it.
Yeah, it's the hitbox is a little finicky, but Phallus powers through that and takes the first round.
We didn't see a single rush landed that match as well. They both have full charge going into this next one.
I still would give the advantage to Phallus here with the rushes because the curve arm rush is so much easier to land
Oh,
than
yeah.
the Slap-O-Mander Megaton. Oh, they're both going to rush off, though, but
wow,
Qwerty counters it with his own, knowing the heavy advantage he has.
Turnaround for Qwerty here, and Phallus landed his first hit.
Yeah, Phallus playing really well around these Slap-O-Manders and Megatons, just choosing to turn that rampant aggression of Qwerty back on him and just do a lot of parries and movement forward.
Getting a free Dragon Arm charge here with that throw. She's going to put him in a good spot. Never mind, knockdown and completely reset.
Yeah, now he's going to have to try and do what he can without the Dragon Arm. It's going to be rough. He tries the backflip, but there's a wall there. Qwerty going to take round 2. This is close. Like, immediately. No super advantage in 3rd round.
I feel like Qwerty has the advantage here with the way this map is designed and that Megaton. Putting in that pressure, it's going to be hard for Phallus to really breathe.
Yeah, we'll see if Phallus decides to like try and counterpick with a larger map and maybe play more of a keep away game if he keeps with that rampant aggression. So far, putting out a lot of aggression this final round from afar. Kind of throwing Qwerty for a loop. He doesn't seem to really expect it. That Megaton arm is down now. And Qwerty's already down to 1 bar of HP, but he does have super. We could see a turnaround.
We're seeing some pretty heavy mind games on the way of Phallus with these wake-ups and the mix-ups with all these grabs and pulling, and he misses out.
Oh, those supers land though, but Phallus is the one who confirms through. He's going to win 2-1.
That was a very interesting rush.
Yeah, they hit each other at the same time, but it seemed like, I guess because of that, Qwerty lost out on the rush fight just because he had heavy arms. The retraction time is going to be a lot slower.
And this is true.
That's what I'm understanding. So I guess that's how it worked.
We have currently Phallus at an advantage here, 1-0 out of our best out of 5.
Let's see what maps they pick next. I think they're doing Buster Beach again.
They're allowed to do the same map again?
As long as the loser picks it, not the winner.
Okay, they are doing Buster Beach again.
I'm pretty sure. And I mean, it's a gentleman's agreement. If they both agree to do it, then they can do it.
What I'm curious about is if we're going to see a switch in arms here.
Yeah, Qwerty does have a roaster in his loadout. I could maybe going for more of like an aggressive move, maybe.
Yeah, they're still going with the same setups that they've had.
Yeah, and I mean, if things go exactly the same way, I mean, even if they don't, I'd still give it to Phallus here. Qwerty just can't get into his face and play the way he wants to against Phallus, because Phallus is kind of in his head and knows how it's going to work.
Well, the Slapamander against dual Ram Rams, which he's leading into with each engagement, is just getting knocked down.
Yeah, it's rough to deal with. Nice 175 damage grab from Cordy, though. Kind of turn this match on its head and even it up.
Cordy does have Rush in there, almost... Oh, never mind. Cordy had a little bit of a disadvantage with life, about 150 health down.
Yeah, we're seeing Cordy play a lot more aggressive now, trying to get what he can, but tries to do the super off of nothing, and with those arms, you are not going to get that off of nothing. Sadly.
No, especially against a minion like Phallus. Cordy landing his Rush is going to be very, very difficult, and Phallus busting out his special just to get that guaranteed win with that round.
Yeah, first round going to go over to Phallus. Nobody changed anything. Cordy actually going with double Megaton. Wants to become the heaviest man alive. Maybe go for more grab play with those. I don't know. I don't feel like this is a good idea.
No, not with the speed and maneuverability that Phallus has. Although, you know, Cordy could pull out a win here and surprise us.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to try and do that same shotgun style we saw Phallus play earlier, where he just wants to get into his face and just be like, my arms are so huge you can't humanly dodge them.
Well, you know, they're both trading a lot of hits, and it's actually working pretty well in Cordy's favor as far as these last rounds have been going.
Yeah, he doesn't have too much of a life stiff advantage, but like he's just never gonna win the super war as you see it.
No.
Those Megatons are just so slow.
What I want to see from Cordy is a few parries here, but he's not even whipping out his shield a single time, just trying to knock him down with his own arms.
Yeah, and speaking of getting knocked down, Cordy is knocked down 2-0 in favor of Phallus. To make double Megaton not working out well for him. I feel like that was just like a little bit of a tactical error there, like choosing to go double Megaton into a curve arm. Like, sure, it can work against one, but at the same time, it doesn't.
It was definitely questionable, although it kind of worked in his favor there at the beginning of that round. Once Phallus had really, you know, learned around it though and started to sidestep with those Ram Rams though, it was pretty much a done deal.
Just let him know it's the best of 5.
Yeah, we have a few Twintels in here, Master. They're currently in the losers bracket.
Yeah, see if they can get the run back. I want to see a Twintelle in the finals. I think that'd be really cool to see, just because we've only seen one, and I feel like it wasn't played bad, right? But it wasn't the full potential, right? They're choosing Sky Arena. So.
All right, they're gonna get a little bit, not even a little bit, a lot of distance on this map than compared to Buster Beach.
I feel like, as far as who's gonna take it on this, because of the way the map's designed, I think Phallus has the advantage here, just because he can play the inside, middle of the map way better than Cordy can. Cordy has to try to stick to the edges close to Phallus instead of playing in the middle and just kind of like, you know, forcing him to make bad moves on the outside.
Yeah, this is true. With the Ram, it really is all about timing, and your latitude doesn't have a big impact on this.
Yeah, we do see Cordy have the super advantage, but not the life lead here. I think he's just gonna try and look for those, but it's not working. I don't know, maybe it's just a product of his arm setup, right? Where it's just you can't effectively just work that well against double Ram. You only have one curve against 2.
No, I agree. Cordy is landing in with a super and dropping them to both almost identical health bars.
Yeah, Phallus is going to have the super advantage, though, and his super is much, much easier to land. Speaking
and
of
there
landing, he's going to
lands.
land at Cordy's face. Yeah,
Ending the
300
game with
damage
a
secures it.
Clear 300 damage.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, the execution needed to win this on Cordy's end is much, much higher than on Phallus's end.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And Cordy, who's normally a very, very aggressive player, is still trying to keep up that playstyle, but just having so much trouble because Phallus is just executing these parries, these instant counters flawlessly with the Ram Rams. Megaton not really being a threat.
Super does land, though. It's only going to be 180 damage, but still, damage is damage at this point. Cordy is going to take what he can get. Doing a lot better this round,
Cordy's had a good spot here to maybe even land a perfect. Never mind, spoke too soon. I feel like I kind of jinxed that one for my man.
So yeah, I mean, Cordy is in a very, very good position to take this round. Even though he's not going to have super for next round, and Phallus will, it's going to be a little rough, but it's still close.
Well, this distance on this map is actually, with the pokes with the Slapamander, working very well in his favor.
Yeah, Cordy playing much, much better now in comparison to his last two on Buster Beach.
Oh, Phallus is going to be at a good spot here, using his rush and already on the track to build it up again, and a big health advantage here.
Yeah, half HP on the side of Cordy, but he does have super. He's going to have to look for some kind of parry, and maybe even something more than that to land his super and even this up.
Cordy is
He's slowly
struggling
bleeding
right now
Yeah.
to gain control of the middle map, and landing with the super with the Megaton, still not that much damage, only 190, 10 more than the previous.
It's still 10 more, though.
This is true. There's nothing wrong with 10.
I don't know. Yeah, and there it is. I was about to say, it's going to be rough for Cordy to crawl out of, and he cannot crawl out of it at all. Phallus is going to take it.
We did start
be-
to see a little bit of of Cordy, learning Phallus's tactics and adjusting and, putting himself in a better spot. Unfortunately, it was not quick enough.
Yeah, but Phallus it seemed like he kind of counter-adjusted on his own, right? When Cordy was starting to get aggressive, he'd play more of the back game and look for the pokes. And when Cordy tried to do the same thing, he'd get aggressive and just keep mixing it up on him to a point where he couldn't effectively, basically pick a strategy and adapt fast enough.
Absolutely. So I would assume that the next match we are going to be spectating is Rog versus Jay Knight. Looks like they're up next on the losers bracket here.
They be. Let's see if they've been chatting. I can check real quick. Let me just double check that this is the match we are going to cover.
Oh, it's not that Soul doesn't have decent internet, Tudarupa. It's that he lives far away.
And it looks like that Rog and Jay Knight are already in the match, so...
Oh, are they?
Yep.
Okay. So then I guess that means we're going to just be waiting on the outcome of that match, and then it'll be Gore Magala versus the winner.
Yep, so we just wait on that. We got looks like they just started as well, if their chat log is to be believed.
Sounds like you and I are going to tussle.
I'm ready.
What are you feeling? You feeling a serious match? You feeling a silly match?
I'm feeling that I'm being told to hold up.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So just wait a second.
I'm holding. Holding as hard as I can.
I'm just trying to see what's up real quick. I was told to hold up.
No, you're quite okay.
Yep. Now we wait.
Not a problem.
I wonder who we're gonna see in the finals here. What are your predictions?
Well, Jay Knight could surprise us. He's fighting Rog right now. Either one of them could surprise us in a matchup against Gore Magala. Although knowing this track record, I feel like we're going to see a salty run back of Gore and Phallus fighting each other just like we saw in the first match of the tournament.
Yeah, I would want to see that. I think it'd be really cool to see. I definitely think Gore is going to be the person.
I mean,
We're going to see one of the finalists.
I'm going to root for the underdog just because I want to see the underdog go far, and I want to see us get a bite and bark further up here. So I'm going to say, Jay Knight, buddy, don't let me down. Let's do some work.
I believe.
All right, we've got Rog and Jay Knight coming in here. So they've already played one game, I'm correct?
Yep, I'm trying to see. Looks like Jay Knight won that game as well.
Okay. So currently it's going to be best 2 out of 3. Jay Knight at a lead of 1.
So possibly 1 game minimum you're going to see here. Hopefully 2. We want them to be close.
And I am still unaware of who Rog uses in this game.
I'm going to say Min Min. I think that's what it is.
I mean, this is the safest bet.
Alright, I'm just waiting on them to confirm the map that they're going to use real quick. Alright, looks like Scrapyard is going to be our map. The first time we've seen this in this tournament so far, if I remember correctly.
My personal favorite map.
It is a very good map, especially for Min-Mins, because there's just enough distance to be able to get a charge off, especially with those 2 pipes in the middle.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, whenever they're ready, we will be hopping into this match. Looks like Jay is ready. Rog is ready. Let's see some video games, my boys. It is Min. Called it. Got it.
That is correct, yes. Now that I think about it, I might have fought Rog before. I'm struggling to remember.
I've definitely seen him in ranked. Yeah, they all blend together after a while, I know. So far, though, it looks like Rog's going to go with, Parasol. Yeah, yep, I remember that arm combo. Now, Ram Parasol. The Knight combo.
This is the second time we've seen a Parasol go against Jay Knight.
Yeah, Rog is actually very effective with his Parasol. He knows exactly when he needs to use it, especially with using it basically as why I call it the Knight combo, because he can use it as a shield while he just kind of like stabs him from behind it with the Ram.
Right.
So far working out for him. He's got Jay Knight. Jay Knight does have super, but he does not have the life lead, even remotely here.
No, and his super is still fundamentally harder to land with the Seiki.
Yeah, I feel like if you can confirm with the glove arm and then follow up with the Seiki, you're good to go, but it's just like, it's so iffy half the time. Oh, is Rog going to be in good of enough position? He is to get around it. He's played perfectly around that pole. Make sure he does not get hit.
Rog is just going to be comfortable sitting on that rush. He's going to feel no need to really even use it. Just trying to get that one last hit that he needs, and there it is.
Yeah. That's going to give him a super advantage into the second round. Not even on purpose. We'll see if anyone changes anything up here. I think Rog's going to stay up.
We've seen every single fight. All these people have been dedicated with the same arms the entire time.
Yeah, I feel like people are really comfortable with their sets, right? And even if they have like something for a counter pick, they don't necessarily want to do it just because like, oh, I don't have as much practice. I don't want to. I'm in a major tournament. I want to make sure I use what I have the most practice with.
Yeah, I suppose that's a good mindset to carry. It really just depends on what you're faced up against with before you would really need to counter. And Jay Knight's alternative is a Hydra, which I know this matchup really wouldn't do him any good.
Yeah, especially since Rog is not playing in the air at all, but now he doesn't need to because he's won this game.
That was a very, very solid set from Rog. Surprising, and we're going to be going 1-1 here.
Yeah, I feel like he just knew how to play Scrapyard much, much better. He played it to his advantage.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, let me just hop over here to see what the next map's going to be.
I'm really I'm gonna be feeling Jay Knight's gonna want to have a map he can breathe a little bit more on because Rog was just in his face the entire time, even with that Parasol pick.
What map would you pick if you were in Jay Knight's shoes?
As a bite and bark? I don't know. Honestly, I would maybe thinking about bark. I would pick Ramen Bowl.
I think that's a pretty solid choice, especially if you just hug the outside, right, is what I'm assuming.
Yeah, and the dog is almost impossible to hit on Ramen Bowl.
Yeah. Don't I know that?
Oh, yeah. But he just needs room to breathe. He needs room to maneuver. Buster Beach Jai, I don't really feel like would work in Jay Knight's situation at all because Rog is just in his face. He needs to keep him out-zoned with that CG.
So I'm going to surprise you with what they picked. It's Mausoleum.
Really?
Yep.
Okay,
I feel like that's not a bad... Jay Knight did. I feel like that's not a bad idea for Jay Knight, but it's just... Rog's arm combo is so strong on Mausoleum, too.
Oh, yes, it is. There's just going to be so much pressure.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the game of pressure here, just trying to pressure from around. Rog's going with the double Rams now. Whereas he can try and, since it's a circular map, he can just kind of throw them circularly, and make them meet each other in the middle.
Rog's doing that footsie game, just crossing the middle of the map and taking full control here.
Yeah, and so far, Jay Knight's on the back end, struggling to stay in this.
He's trying real hard to be defensive and getting in with that mix-up game.
But it's not working so far. Rog with a definitive life lead. No super lead on either side, though.
I'm hoping to see a little bit more aggression here from Jay Knight just to keep that pressure off and at least keep up with the race to build their rush.
Yeah, I think he's trying. It's just Rog's like applying the pressure exactly where he needs to get him just not be able to do that. Now Jay Knight, one mistake and it's done in this round. He's gonna try and pop it out, but no, Rog takes out both the dog.
And I think we saw we saw with Rog in this map, and he knew he got rid of the Parasol and switched to double Ram Ram to get in Jay Knight's face.
Yeah, he's gonna do that shotgun approach. Jay Knight does have super. So does Rog, though. Jay Knight switching over to double bub. What do you think of that, Tom?
Double bub, it's gonna give Jay a little bit more of a offensive edge here because the C-Key was hurting him more than it was helping him, honestly. And I think that was a smart decision looking at the way this round is transpiring here. Gonna give him a little bit more of a fighting edge.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it'll give him, like, also the super advantage, right? He'll actually be able to spam out and try and get the super off at this point now.
Oh yeah, no, he just used it. He's already halfway there.
Yeah, it's... So you get super incredibly fast the more punches you throw.
He's gonna be in a bad spot here, and I know the nerves are gonna start to get real high. He's got one hit left in him. He can get Rog. No, he cannot.
Oh, no.
Thus, Rog takes it and moves up to fight Gormagala in the losers grand finals.
Yeah, we'll see who can pull it out there. I'm interested to see.
It's a good set, Jay. Thank you so much for coming out and playing. It's always a pleasure watching that bite and bark, my man.
This will be the loser semifinals, actually. And then, because Cordy. And then, because, Phallus beat Cordy 3-0. Phallus has secured his place in the grand final. We've got 2 more losers rounds matches to go through. Gormagala versus Rog, and then the winner of that match versus Cordy, and then we will have our grand final. Should be a very exciting time. I personally think, because I know Gore has troubles fighting Cordy in general, right?
I actually don't think I've ever seen that matchup.
I just know they talk.
Yeah.
And they that.
Well,
they
I would
have that
imagine
problem.
just by what Cordy uses that Gore would have trouble. You know, the Megaton can punch out his fists, and then he can flank in with the Slap-O-Mator.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he just struggles with it just because I don't know if Gore's seen a lot of heavy arms used against him, right? And so
No,
he's not
not at all.
accustomed
Not
to
with
being
that
able to
mobility.
spam.
I mean, I wouldn't take a heavy arm to that fight. People were telling me during the ARMS Discord to pull out a heavy arm, and I'm like, no, man, because I'm going to be immobilized.
I think if you use it perfectly, it's
Takes a lot
good.
of confidence, I think.
Yeah, and that's the problem, is like if you're not confident with it, you can't just be like, oh, I'll just do it. It's like, if you don't know how to use it, you're wide open.
You know, I'm much more confident in my movements as my character than I am in the arms that I use. So
I do not blame you. I'm basically the same way.
I like how they didn't change fighter names last set. Leave me alone. Let me live my life. There's too much for me to manage, alright? I was supposed to just commentate this tournament, Jai. You want my job? Take my job. Get right here in this chair. We'll do it. I dare you. Kick me out.
Alright, we just had a little bit of an accidental reporting issue, so getting that fixed up. And then we will move into the next match, which will be Gore versus Rog. I think Rog does have a chance against Gore. I think he plays well enough and he knows his openings and his closings.
Well, I would agree. You know, with the Ram Ram and the momentum that he has, we might see a similar matchup that we did with Phallus. And that means going into this, we could maybe even see a Min Min mirror match in the grand finals.
Oh boy. Though, honestly, like, of all the mirror matches, I think Min Min's the most interesting. And I'm not just saying that because I made her, I mean it. It's just because Min Min has so many movement options in comparison to, like, anyone else, right? Where you just see an intense game of footsies. It's actually, like, really, really cool to watch.
What do you mean you had Min Min before me, Phallus? I used Min Min in the first test punch. Min Min was my main, but always.
Let me see if I can fix this. So, Jay Knight won the first game. And Rog won the second and third, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, Jay Knight won the first game and Rog won the 2 after. And it should be best 2 out of 3, right?
Yeah. I'm just, go. I think I can fix that up then, submit the result. If that is okay.
You have every right. Go for it, my brother.
I have the administrative privileges. Let me see if I can do it. Did it work? It did work. I fixed it. I did it.
Congratulations. Throw up in his bracket, God.
I figured it out. It was a weird issue. I saw what he was having issues with, so. Our next game is going to be Gore versus Rog, so let me tag Gore and get in here.
Yeah, no, Jay, I actually really wish I saw that first game that you and Rog had. What arms did he use that first round?
First round? I'm not sure. We didn't get to see the first game, unless
No,
you
we
mean
did
like
not.
first round of game 3.
And here is Gore.
All right, we're gonna be hopping in. I'm gonna see what they want to use map-wise. Nothing so far. If I know Gore, it's gonna be Spring, eventually.
Oh yeah, it's his favorite map. If not Spring, it's gonna be Buster Beach.
Yeah, those tiny, tiny maps. That's where he excels.
What's your favorite map, Jordan?
That is a good question. It has gone back and forth. My favorite map in terms of like results is probably Mausoleum, because I think I like actually statisticed it out, and Mausoleum was like my highest win rate map.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, what map do I like the most? I like Ribbon Stage. I think I love the song.
Oh really?
Yeah, I love the song, and that's all I need.
Ribbon is my second least favorite stage. It goes
Alright.
Spring Stadium is my least favorite, then Ribbon Ring.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it as a stage. I just love the music, and I love like the aesthetics of it. The theming of it.
Yeah, I agree. I can see that. I don't like the blocks that pop up. My favorite map's Scrapyard. My second favorite map is probably Ramen Bowl.
Ramen Bowl's really good. I like Ramen Bowl as well.
I don't count Cinema Jai. I don't count it in circulation. And Cinema would be my least favorite map if it was in the circulation.
Alright, just double checking something real quick. Got a question about map picks. Oh yeah, the Spring Stadium is used as a counter in this tournament, so Gore tried to pick it as the first stage, but it is actually a counter stage, so he could not. So we're moving to Buster Beach.
Yeah, his other map.
May shock you, but he likes this map a lot.
DNA Lab's one of my other favorites, too, yeah.
Basically any of those large maps.
Yeah. I like to play around the stage.
So far, a lot of pressure immediately out of Gore. He's kind of getting that close game that he likes to play. Keeping Rog on his toes, but mostly on the ground at this point.
Well, he's trying real hard to get a single hit in, but it's gonna be a hard fight with that those roasters, man.
Yeah, it's really tough to get through, especially with that tower mode, where he just does that, that concentrated 1-2 constantly, where you can't outpunch it. They're just so fast.
Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat, for telling me. I forgot.
Gore with the super already landed directly into Rog's face, and it is going to be the end of the round. Yeah, first round going over to Gore. And that's a perfect for Gore. Ouch. That's gotta not feel good on the side of Rog. Round 2 starting up. Gore immediately going to tower form, just kind of wants to trade out, build that super recount. Rog can't find a way through so far. I think if he utilized more forward parries into Gore, he'd maybe have a window, but...
Definitely, yeah. He needs to knock one arm out with a forward parry and then double up with ram. Just to try and knock
maybe
him
like
out.
maybe like a forward kick, because like that's probably the only airborne kick you can use effectively, right?
Yeah,
Because the forward's so fast. So far, Gore pretty much convincingly showing why he's the dominant player right now.
Although, I mean,
Rog is not giving up.
Rog is, simply put, wants to get some revenge after that perfect, so.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't be feeling it after that.
He
Like,
almost
alright,
had rush,
time
he
to
had
go.
stalled it out a little bit more.
Gore wanted a little bit more, it seems. He's gonna get it 2-0.
You guys
Felix
tell me you
makes
don't
the
like to
weirdest
watch the fight in that tiny window? Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, did you forget the full screen?
The first round, the whole fight was in the tiny window.
Oh.
I was staring. Oh man. Okay. Alright, no big deal.
All right, let me pop over and see what map's gonna be next. Got DNA and Ram Band and Ramen Bowl Band from Gore. Let's see
Ram
what Rob
Band.
picks here. Ram Band. Rams are banned. Rams are banned. Can't use those anymore.
I would do it. Can we just host a double Guardian tournament together at some point? That would be the best thing.
That would be the longest thing, but also the best thing.
It would just be timeouts, but it would be the best.
So he was really the most competitive esports boy of all
We
time.
would have to ban grabs. That'd be even better.
Oh no, not that. It would never end. Ooh, oh god, that audio glitch is always fun.
Oh yeah.
There's an audio glitch with those pipes where sometimes it'll like multi-hit and be really, really loud. But Gore gets the first hit up.
Rog is not doing too bad here though. It seems like he's adjusting pretty well to Gore's playstyle and getting a few hits and navigating through that tower mode.
Yeah, but the rampant aggression, even then, it's just hard to deal with. Just those constant punches, because you not only have the threat of the punches hitting you, right, for a ton of damage, 150 maximum, but also the threat of, like, you know, he's just slowly building super while he does this, so you need to keep up. It forces you to, like, play aggressively as well.
Rog is doing a very, very good job of shutting him down though, and he just built up his rush. Not sure. Yes, so there we go. We see it, and this should be the game, or the round, rather.
Round one. In favor of Rog, you can... I feel like Scrapyard's been Rog's best map so far. Didn't he get a perfect on J-Knight, or at least a near perfect?
Yes,
When
he
he played Scrapyard? Maybe he's really good at this map, and it's starting to show.
I mean, that's honestly, I always pick this map to actually counter Gore myself, and I do very well. I don't think Gore's very good at this map as well.
I think it's just those subtle elevation differences don't let him play as optimally as he wanted to, you know?
Yeah.
If he puddles, you can hit him from like above or below at that point. If he plays his tower in certain areas, you can get below him and have a giant hitbox chance to hit him. And so I get the logic and reasoning to play Scrapyard. And I think it was a very good pick on the side of Rug.
Well, it's just with Gore and his puddle mode, it's so easy to hit and connect everywhere on the map. You're definitely correct. And Rog coming in just barely grazing with that rush, them at a very, very close health advantage, although Rog only has about one hit left in him before it is over.
Yeah, not even one charged hit anymore, just any hit at all will take him out. Round two, gonna go over to Gore. Man.
This is going to be Rog's last stand here. Although, no, this is best out of 5, isn't it?
Yes, it should be. These are semis, so yes, it should be. Rog not. Oh my god, that audio glitch.
Yeah, that was
like 4 times.
incredibly loud. Oh man, this
And
is the
something
first
to do
time
with
I've
the way
even
like
heard
the
this.
multi-hit works on a grab. I honestly don't get it. Or kind of doing his typical tower BM there. He just kind of goes back and forth.
He was
play
just
his
baiting
super.
for that rush.
Yeah, because he knows like there's literally nothing you can do at this point. You have to hit me eventually, or I just win. And then once he does, he just gets the counter, and you know it's over. That's going to be 2-0 in favor of Gore. As far as I'm aware, I think this is a best of 5. I can check real quick. I might be wrong.
I'm pretty positive it's best of 5. Good job, Jai. You're very good with emotes.
I'm only seeing 2 games in there, but I just want to double check and make sure. Because I only see 2 reportable games inside of like the
Oh, until
bracket.
it ends.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna go again, so we'll be a best of 5.
Okay.
They know more than we do. Let's see what the map pick's gonna be. Bans DNA and Rama again, so Rog has the map choice. He's picking Scrapyard again. Letting them know we're good to go, so we'll be starting up here in a second. The 3rd match of this series.
Let's see if Rog can turn it around, because I see him doing better and better each fight that we go on.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to see him turn it around. Just because, you know, I don't think we should see like an uncontested. Well, Gore isn't loser, so it's not completely uncontested, but on stream uncontested.
I just want to
so
see how
far.
many min-mins Gore's going to have to beat before he can, you know, get up to the top here.
All of them.
Pretty much.
Yeah, just seeing like someone go in that tower for him in actual first person is one of the first few times I've seen it.
Oh, yeah, no, it's very weird watching this from Gore's perspective.
Yeah, definitely.
We're trying to get that weird sideways grab through both the poles. That would have been absolutely ridiculous if it landed.
Yeah, I mean, I've landed some pretty ridiculous grabs myself in this game, so I could see it happening. Gore towering up again, trying to stave off the aggression, but Rog pretty much has him figured out, I think, at this point. He knows what he's going to do. Gore's going to change something up here.
The issue with especially fighting these roasters, though, is just one mistake from Rog. Oh, never mind. That goes in, and he takes the first round, although Gore's going to have the advantage of the rush. But one mistake from Rog is just 150 damage, which is a massive amount of damage to lose from a single punch.
Almost a 5th of your health bar, just for reference. So you land, you know, 5, 6 of those, and he's gone.
Exactly.
So just keep in mind how much pressure that puts on you. You know, it just brings light to the fact that ARMS is a very, very fast-paced game. Like, you know, if something ends in this many punches, it's...
Oh, absolutely. Some rounds can end before the timer hits 70.
Yeah, those are always the brutal rounds. Rog,
Rog
though,
is struggling to get up on his feet here and get a clean hit, and we are going 1-1. This is Rog's last chance to stay in the tournament, coming in with a little bit of an advantage here. He's got his rush built up. He's just got to get that Dragon Arm, keep that pressure, and see if he can keep his head calm. Looks like he was considering a swap to the Toaster there for a little while.
yeah, but I don't think that would have been a good idea. He's doing well with what he has. Just trying out skill it at this point. Or seems to have figured out Rog. There's constant like back and forth of like, okay, I know how this person's gonna play now. Okay, no, now I know how they're gonna counter that. His adaptation's pretty good. It doesn't seem like it's anything major, right? Because they're using the same arms, but it's very subtle adaptations in play.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
it's just...
Rog not throw as many punches or what have you.
It's figuring out these mannerisms and what they're going to do. And Rog has gotten very good at capitalizing on Gore's tower mode. Could not say his name for the life.
Yeah, it's gonna be very, very close. Gore cannot make one mistake, but that's too late. Rog's gonna take it on Scrapyard.
And it's going to be 2-1. Let's see. This is definitely getting interesting here. Rog is not going down without a fight. He wants to stay in here. He wants to win, and he's going to do what he has to do.
Yeah, it's going to be... Can we see the run back, though, do you think? Are we gonna see the 3-2 run back?
We could. Essentially, Rog is going to be fighting Gore with the same exact thing that Phallus is going to be fighting Gore with. So, using that strategy, Gore doesn't play very well against Ram-Rams. So, if Rog can keep a clear head, keep that confidence, keep the pressure built up the entire time, and what he's doing is with these mix-up games, he is monopolizing every time we get into Wake Up here. So, you know, he's getting that free 120 damage with the Ram over and over and over again.
Alright, next map is going to be Buster Beach. So here we go.
A plea from Rog in the chat. I don't know what I'm doing. Help.
I feel you, none of us do. We're all right there with you, Rog.
All right, I have a feeling we're going to see Gore go heavy on the aggressive right when it starts.
Yeah, immediately jumping forward,
Yes.
trying to apply pressure. Knows he cannot let Min Min charge up right in the beginning. Or is
Yeah,
immediately
Rog-
disadvantage?
Rog is definitely in a much better mindset once he gets that Dragon Arm, and you can tell.
Yeah, Gore already almost a super though. That charged tower form just showing you how well you can build super. Not
Gore-
even 10 seconds in, already has a super.
Yes.
It's balanced, guys.
I'm a little bit in awe of it, but you know, he's doing what he has to do.
Yeah, I don't think I know anyone who particularly enjoys playing against it like this, but you know, it's in the game. You do what you gotta do to win.
And Rog. It's okay. Rog's going to be coming into the next round here with a pretty good spot in super. Gore almost had his second super of the match. He needs to get that Dragon Arm. He needs to monopolize pressure, and he's having a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, I think both of us can attest to the fact that this, like, you know, this tower form supercharge is just really hard to deal with.
Yes, absolutely. Especially the issue too is that these arms go by so fast, they come back so quickly, and they do so much damage.
Yeah, it's something that's incredibly it's just hard. It's, you know, it's all I can really say. It's just hard to deal with, just because, like, you know, like, what do you do?
Well, if Rog
he
can
twist
stay
his
in his
hitbox at
face
the
and
same
not even
time.
allow him to extend, he might have a better shot. But it's just he needs to get the wake-up game in his favor, be in a spot already with Dragon Arm and Gore knocked down.
Yeah, and like he's at like 0 HP at this point, and he's not in the position to ever have that again. And Gore's gonna win that round 2-0.
And that means Gore is going to be winning the losers grand finals.
Yeah, it's going to move in. So I think I got a message from Gore as well about something. It's going to be facing QWERTY in the losers finals.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Losers semifinals, my bad.
He said he needs to take a short break, so we're gonna see how long that's gonna be.
Okay. Oh, Gore needs to take a break?
Yeah, is what he said.
Okay, guys, just in, Gore has been disqualified from the tournament, and
I'm making sure that we can just double check on everyone. Make sure that that's okay. Gore is going to be allowed to take a break, so should we take a short break along with him?
we
Or
could.
how do you want to do this?
How long is a short break?
That's the question now, isn't it? Because he said he does not know.
He does not know what's going on with Gore right now. Let's keep him in our hearts and our prayers as Gore has to deal with an interesting situation, and I guess I'll go ahead and fight Rog. We'll keep some fights going while we wait for Gore to get everything together for the next set here.
I am going to go ahead and report these matches real quick, just because I am the person in the position to do that. It was 3-1 if I remember correctly. Gore won first and second, Rog won third, and then
Yes.
Gore won fourth. Yep. Okay. Submitted. All right, match completed. We will have our losers final there in a second. I believe in you in this match. I will be right back.
Okay, cool. I need all the beliefs I can get. Rog's spooking me. He's scary. I'm spook silly, guys, and reach for the sky. If Rog can beat me, he wins the grand prize of $200. Straight out of my wallet. I don't know why I used that rush, but it's okay. It's okay. And that puts Tan up 1-0 in the match in between the finals. Can Tan Man go in? Rog has the umbrella and the Ram charge Dragon Arm, knocking Tan Man down. Tan Man's going for the backflip, and he's got his Tribolt arm. Tan Man's going in for the instant counter, knock it down, a Tribolt combo into the grab, throwing Rog across the map. Tan Man's going in for that grab on wake up. He whips it. Rog's getting the charge and going in with that umbrella, but he loses it to the Chilla. Tan goes down, does the backflip, and kicks in forward. Rog doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know what's happening. Rog knocked Tan Man down. Tan Man's doing the flip, doing all the stuff. Gonna dip. Oh my god. Going in for the punch.
There goes Rog's Dragon Arm, but Rog does have super. We are very scared of this super. There it goes. Getting punched in getting knocked down. I don't even know what's going on. It's crazy. Ken should lead with Chilla first. Riddell's trying to give me tips. I'm gonna tell Riddell he needs to go home and go in a motel because it rhymes with Rodell. Yo. Good stuff. Good stuff. I have to be a human or shower? I don't know what that means, Score. You have to be a human or shower. I have no idea what Gore's saying. 2-0 to Tin Tan Man. Moving in on the tournament. Fantastic. Alright, well, I guess it's just me, because Jorpin left. It's Tin Tan Man, and then Gore's gone. Everything's falling apart. 99 Hydras on the wall. 99 Hydras, yeah. You take one down, pass it around. 98 Hydras on the wall. 98 Hydras on the wall. 98 Hydras on the wall. You take one down, pass it around. 97 Hydras on the wall. Can't entertain us with the dong? Okay. Can I get some 10 dongs? Anyone got some dongs in the chat? Alright, you know what? While we wait, hold on. I would like to take a second here, everybody. I would like to take a second. Hold on. Bear with me. I would like to take a sec. I'm scrolling. Ignore the scrolling. Ignore the scrolling. Hold on. We're getting there. I would like to take a second to say thank you to Game Over Entertainment and Dragon Slayer Games, based out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, for running this thing, supporting the ARMS community. Feel free to follow these guys for more esports-related events, tournaments, and more. And if you live in the Oklahoma tri-state area, feel free to stop by their shop and tell them Ten and Jorp sent you. Or something, lol. But, you know, also, while we're sitting here, you guys should, you know, spread all of the Game Over Entertainment and Dragon Slayer games, but also spread all the love to my man right here, you know, Tin Tan Man, and my man over there, Jorpin. Two casters here on Twitch that are live practically every day. So throw all this your love and all sorts of content. Our links are right there. Follow me and Jorpin on Twitch and on the Twitter. Hang out with Game Over Entertainment for all of their stuff. Go to Dragon Slayer Games because they're fantastic and I love them. And they have all sorts of beautiful stuff. They have great, I love Magic the Gathering and the mana, out of mana. I'm a pro. It's the best. That's me, you know, that's going on. Can becoming a sellout. And please, if you know what's good for you, you gotta trust me on this, and no one's telling me to do this. Make sure you go to Hanes.com and buy yourself a 3-pack of Tidy Whities using the checkout code 10TANUndies for promo for 15% off. I only get a little bit of commission. It's no big deal, but yeah, just go to Hanes.com. 10TANUndies is the code, and if you want, you know, Little Caesars, you can get yourself a ginger face pizza promo code, all through 10Tan Man, and all affiliates. But you know, for real though, I'm done joking around. But yes, Game Over Entertainment, Dragon Slayer Games, they're fantastic, and they're putting this whole thing together, and it's very awesome that you guys are supporting them, because, you know, they're doing a big service by... Our community is still growing. There's a lot of new people in here, and, you know, there's a prize pool, there's a lot of stuff going on, they have me and Jorpin out here hanging out, and it's a good thing. So, thank you guys for being here, thank you guys for hanging out, and thank you guys for not only supporting them, but supporting me and Jorpin. So, pat on the back. Dong expansion. What's my Amazon wish list? It's on my stream, Captain Tantan. I have an Amazon wish list. I mean, for my stream. I got stuff on there. We already lost 7 people. Yeah, we got 56 people in here. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I love the ARMS community. It's fantastic. Okay, it's great. So, Roboto Boy put our links in the chat, so go check us out. Go follow us. And also thanks to these guys, I'm, you know, gonna be fighting the war and going to Evo and, you know, knocking out some people with all sorts of stuff in ARMS
at ARMS at Evo Japan. So thank you guys. It's gonna be doing work for the old ARMS community. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Thanks, Dragon Slayer Games. You're the best. Roboto boy, I love you. If I ever get to meet you, I'm gonna kiss you on the cheek. So yeah, let's go do work. Call Jorpin back. He is crying. Who's crying? Me? I'm not crying. I'm good. I'm great. I played plenty of Magic, bro. You have no idea the amount of Magic I've played. I've won so many games with my Dark Magician deck, and sometimes you don't even see it coming. But I pull out my Exodia, and no one has ever pulled out all 5 pieces of Exodia as fast as I have. Okay, the Forbidden one, and I tell you what, when I come in, I come in hot, and ain't nobody gonna steal my grandpa. Ain't nobody gonna lay a finger on grandpa. See, look, Roboto gets it. Charizard's OP though, man. I thought Charizard got banned. So many people were using, there was Toontown Karibo Charizard. It was broken, When you play Magic and you get Charizard and Karibo in there, it's insane. You know what I'm saying, Jorpin? When I play Magic, it's all about Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Exactly.
There you go.
My favorite Magic deck is using my Pikachu to get as many lands as I can, to then summon Bolvar 4 Dragon with all of my... I'm out of card game references.
I mean, well, to be fair, I was playing a game of Magic the other day, and I had pulled out my Dark Magician, and then the game just ended because the other guy, he pulled out an ace. He pulled out an ace out of the deck, and when you pull an ace after a queen, and then an ace, and freaking Magic the Gathering, the game's over. It's solitaire at that point, and then
I think he was hacking.
He probably was hacking. I'm telling you, man. I don't even know. Luckily, it wasn't a Joker, because I would have been done.
Dude, you can't just pull out a Joker in a game. Like, that'll actually just make everyone's decks burst in flames.
I was just gonna take out the lighter and light him up a blaze myself.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't. Those are Dark Magician's a pretty rare card, dude.
So Gore had to leave because he had to take a shower.
Yeah. I didn't know if I was supposed to say that, so I just didn't say it.
Hold on, guys. I gotta end the stream real quick. I'm taking a Smelfy, and I'm at about a 6 out of 10, and we gotta cut it out before we get to a 7. That's extreme.
Yeah. Once you get to a 7, they can start to smell you through the stream, and it gets weird after that.
At 9, it's actually illegal. So.
Yeah, the SWAT teams will break in.
They will with their Febreze. They don't even have guns at that point. They just knock you down. It's gonna be like that episode of SpongeBob with perfume.
Oh no, anything but that.
Why am I still wearing this army helmet? I'm taking it off.
Reminds you of the war.
Oh yes, the war. Things would have changed if people took showers.
In the trenches. Those showers in the trenches, Den.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you're right. They had showers in the trenches. Maybe people would want to go to one. It's like a 5-star stay at that point.
What is everyone drinking tonight? Surprisingly, I'm just drinking water. But I mean,
yeah, water. Out of my new Twitch thermos. Ooh.
Where'd you get a Twitch thermos?
I won a Twitch RPG giveaway. That's
what
I got the shirt from too.
Those?
Yeah.
Wow, I do those forever and I don't win anything. Oh my! I get the bits.
I didn't believe it at first, right? When they're like, "Hey, you won?" I'm like, "Okay, who's trying to steal my information?" But it turned out to be legit. I got this shirt, the thermos. I got a bunch of buttons. A sticker I'd lost. Oh wait, no, here it's right here. I got a jacket, but it's over there, and I don't want to pull it out. But it's not like a hoodie. It's like a jacket, like a rain jacket.
So while you were gone, I was, talking about the sponsors here, and I was talking about our channels and stuff, and plugging us. But what I want to say though is thank you to everyone who's here right now, and SKC, December, TMO, all the people that I've seen, and I'm sure Jorpin has seen in the ARMS community that are tuning in today to be with us on this channel. This is foreign, but this is we're hoping to do great things here, and this is a weekly, if I'm correct, right?
Yes.
So this will only get
as it stands.
Yeah, it'll only get bigger. So thank you for your presence. Thank you for your support, and not only with with us, but this community. And thanks for the bits, Ivysaur.
If you want to get into the ARMS community, I highly suggest you jump in. Everyone's incredibly friendly. Some of us will get a little salty after we lose a lot. But it happens, you know, we all don't, I love the community so far. Everyone's been incredibly nice, especially to me as someone who, you know, this is their first like true fighting game experience. And it's honestly a great fighting game for the first person to play. Like it's really easy to get into. It's hard to master, but I'd say more so easy than say like Street Fighter or like an anime fighter. Ooh, those can get complicated fast. So if you want to join in, you have a Switch. Get in here. We believe in you. Come on, you can do it.
And go to Hanes.com and type in 10TanUndies for your promo code.
Are you being hold on, back it up. Is this real?
Oh yeah, no, I was talking about my new sponsorship with Hanes. So you get a 15% discount on a 3-pack of undies, and I get a 2% commission. So you just go to Hanes.com, you get a 3-pack of Tidy Whities, and the checkout code is 10TanUndies.
How? So you say 2%. How much are I've never had Heinz on these.
You don't need, all you gotta do, you don't question it. You just say, look who they got their Hanes on now, and you know it's 10Tan man. It's me. That's right. If you want to be a lumberjack, do it. Give me 15%, 15 cents by buying your 3-pack of undies.
I think I'll take a rain check on being a lumberjack. They're going Sky Arena. Okay, apparently everyone's ready. So got it.
Bro, now I legit want to have a partnership with Hanes. That'd be the funniest thing ever. If you just scroll
every
down,
time you
scroll down to my
say it,
stream
I'm
info,
thinking,
and there's
like,
just underwear.
Yeah, like, but you keep saying it. I keep thinking ketchup. So I'm like, oh yeah, ketchup sponsorship. You keep
Oh
saying
yeah,
like, oh.
yeah. Hey, oh yeah. I guess it would fit with Splatoon.
Yeah, there you go. Your official team ketchup. But hey, we're moving into the first match here of the losers final. We're going to be a best of 5. We're going with double Hydra. What do you think of that into Cordy's like ground play style?
I feel like he's gonna lose out just because of the Megaton, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, he did get the first hit and the second and third apparently.
Well, it's gonna be a big aerial game here with Gore, but if he can get slapped out of the air, Cordy can keep himself in.
Yeah, I think that's the problem Cordy's gonna have is like, Slap isn't as good of an airborne an anti-air option as say like Ram, right? So if he's in the air, then it's going to be really hard for him to deal with because Megaton's too slow to hit someone in the air as well.
Oh yeah,
unless
absolutely.
you perfectly predict it.
And whoa, holy crap, that Megaton comes in slow and steady and just decimates.
That's the advantage of those supers is like that having a heavy arm gives you that ultimate counter into it. You can just go punch through theirs and laugh.
Oh yeah, no, as a Hydra user myself, the rush, it comes out very quickly, and it does a good deal of damage, but it loses out to a lot of arms, even arms that aren't in rush.
Yeah, Hydra's rush is, I think, one of the slowest in the game, but it's also one of the highest damage, so...
You can get beaten out just by a simple punch.
Yeah, it's rough, but we'll see if he can work past those weaknesses of the arm and take it against Cordy. So far, not so good. Cordy's doing incredibly well to keep Gore exactly where he wants him. I know from these players' histories, I've talked to both of them. Core definitely has an issue fighting Cordy. I don't specifically know why or like the specifics of why he has that issue, right? But he seems to struggle against him. Maybe it's like the rampant aggression or that heavy arm. He just knows how to use it so well, you know?
Yeah, no, Cordy is a very aggressive player. He doesn't wait for opportunities like, you know, I would. He makes opportunities.
Yeah, and he's so far it's working out incredibly well. Gore is down. It's gonna be 2-0 for Cordy.
Very good set by both parties here, and it's going to be just 2 more for Cordy to move on to the grand finals here.
Yeah, I definitely want to see him run back, just because Cordy is an incredibly good player. I would want to see both of them, you know. In the ideal world, everybody wins. Everybody gets a gold star. But
in the ideal world, yes.
In the competitive world, that's not going to happen. Personally, I want to see Cordy move on just because I think his Cobra style is like really interesting to watch. I
would definitely like to watch Cordy fight Phallus. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it'd be really tough for Cordy, but I think it would still be incredibly cool to watch.
Oh, I agree. But that doesn't matter because right now looking at this lobby, as we can see, 10 Tan Man with the 12 coins is in the lead. Ain't nobody gonna catch up.
Yeah, okay. We'll see about that, alright? It's a best of 5, so actually whoever wins, is in the lead. We gotta beat them at that point.
True.
Let me make sure that, I gotta change the rules. Not my fighter. Gotta stop changing the X and Y buttons every time they release a new console.
Oh my god, yeah, no, I hate having B at the bottom and trying to confirm things.
Yeah, I'm not used to it still.
We're going to Mausoleum on game 2 here of the Losers Grand Finals.
This is Gore's pick, by the way, not Cordy. Just want to make that apparent.
So Cordy picked Sky Arena?
I don't know, because I didn't see. That one was outside of chat.
Huh.
So I'm not sure who picked that one, but Gore is the person who picked this map, because loser pick gets to pick the map.
Oh yeah, you were correct, Oh my god, Gore's having trouble on this wake-up game, trying to get out of the air, but just getting slapped like crazy.
I really just don't think Hydra's the way to go here.
No,
like he's trying to get the airborne game, and Cordy's just like, yeah, I know exactly what you're trying to do. I'm not gonna let you do it.
I'm wondering why he doesn't have Roaster. Knocked out of the rush in the trampoline has already been put in early on in the first round.
Little bounce house of shame there as he got slowly bounced out of the middle.
Cordy's going to be keeping his distance here because he was waiting for that moment with Rush to come out from Gore. Gore struggles to get it hit and just wastes that Rush.
I feel like that was like a misinput because that was just like out of nowhere on the end of Gore.
I've noticed with Gore, since he builds for Rush so quickly, he also uses Rush very, very quickly at very interesting times.
Yeah, maybe. You might. Yeah, you're probably right, honestly, because I do see the same thing for him. This is a much closer match, though.
Yes, they both just need one hit at this point, and Boosh already got it, and he comes in the next round here with Rush fully built up.
I think Slapamander kind of has like that surprise factor, right?
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
at least for me, like you don't run into it a lot, so you never really understand how it works or what it does. You more see like Ramps, and they actually work incredibly differently. It's so weird, but Gore gets a little bit of the hits on the double roaster.
135
doing a lot better
damage,
now.
Yeah. I feel like we're going to see a big change here now that Gore is using the roasters. A significant change in this game. About to land a perfect, never mind that.
Yeah, cast a curse. There it is again. Alright, Cordy's in his face, though. Misses the grab, but Cordy just kind of predicting what Gore's going to do after that.
He's getting a little bit of momentum here. He's now he is leading with the Megaton more often, which is putting Gore in a tougher spot.
Yeah, and he's just constantly getting slapped out of the air, like, not even figuratively. Actually, with the Slapamander, Cordy landing the super on the jumping Gore.
Goes in with a very safe rush, and it was a good decision because it gave him a quick and decisive win.
Wow, I mean, I don't think anyone expected this out of Cordy, just to do so well, consistently 2-0ing Gore so far.
Will we see a straight flush 3-0 moving Cordy into the finals?
I don't know.
I mean, that's a good answer. I don't know. I mean, it really depends on what Gore does. You know, Gore's been known to use the Ram sometimes, and I feel like I'm surprised he's not whipping that out here now with the Megaton.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a good choice. Even though it can be kind of finicky, like, Helix has good base damage, or base girth, I should say, so it shouldn't be too hard to get around.
No.
He's gonna go ribbon ring. We finally get to the best stage in the game. My favorite.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Roboto Boy. That thing needs to die.
It's doing its job. It's a robot.
It's doing its job. Well, that's true. If a robot didn't do his job, I'd be a little afraid of the future of mankind.
Yeah. If he just said nah and he quit.
No human.
Alright, people landing some good hits just immediately out the gate. God, Gore does not know how to deal with the Slapamander. Which is good for Cordy, but not good for Gore at all.
No, Gore is just trying to rely on the Hydras, and he did better with the roasters than anything.
Yeah, I don't know why he decided to go back to him. Maybe it's a little bit of nerves, or maybe it's he's seeing, you know, he thought he did way better personally.
I think we might be seeing a little bit of nerves from Gore because he does, and especially in these stressful moments, you can see the nerves, and he admits to it. He's got to keep his composure, and that's just so integral when it comes to these tournaments.
Yeah, it's just, you know, if this, especially if this is like his first competitive game, right?
Yes.
When you get to these high levels, like it becomes less about the mechanics and more about the mind. If you begin to tilt and struggle, then that you lost already.
It's so interesting watching these matchups too, because fighting Cordy, I really don't have any issues. Fighting Gore, I have plenty of issues, and you can just see how the shoe is on the other foot now.
Yeah, it just goes to show, like, certain playstyles in this game just, like, it's really hard to deal with for some players. Like, personally, you know, like, as you probably do, I have a hard time dealing with, like, you know, people who spam out, like Gore. Gore does a lot of spam, and it's hard for me to deal with, just in that tower mode, because I just can't keep up with the super pressure. But Cordy is just easily dealing with it so far. It's not even an issue for him at the moment. Oh, slapped out of the super. That's gotta hurt on Gore's end. He mistimed the parry.
Gore's at a
very,
very strong disadvantage, but he's got to keep a calm mind if he wants to stay in this tournament, because one mistake could be it.
He's playing a lot better now, though. He's more dodging around, not getting hit by the slaps as much, but the Megaton's still connecting there.
He's trying to play a lot more passively.
Doing the super, he lands it. Is this going to be the end? It is 2-0'd again. Poor Gore. Getting 3-0'd by Cordy in a very convincing fashion.
And that is that for the losers finals, everybody. Moving Cordy over to the grand finals, facing off against Phallus.
Let me just go ahead and report these up real quick. Give me 1 second. Congratulations to Cordy. Doing good work there. And keeping the pressure on, which means we are now going to be going into the grand final here tonight at 10:41 p.m. EST. I'm sorry, did the bracket just reset?
And even if it did, we know what the last game is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we know anyways. It just, like, messed up for me.
It's gonna be Zon Supreme versus Rydell.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Distract them, I believe. Oh, nope, there it goes, okay. It was just a second. Alright, so they're going to be hashing it out, figuring out who wants to do what. Who would you give the edge here?
For Phallus and Cordy, I don't know, honestly. If it had been Gore who had stepped in, I would have already given it to Phallus. But Cordy kind of is the comeback king right now and caught me off guard with that last set, so it could be anyone's game. I honestly can't say.
Fun fact, as far as I know, Cordy is a Lucario man in Smash. So he says he actually does better from behind. From what I've heard.
Okay, alright. A Lucario name, right? I didn't know those existed.
Yeah, neither did I. Phallus chooses Buster Beach here. So we're good to go. Gonna be moving into the grand finals. Hope you all are ready in chat, because I know I am.
Okay, this is gonna be exciting.
And if it isn't, we're gonna make it exciting.
Hold on to your butts!
Alright. So I'm going to assume that we're going to see the double Ram from Phallus, and we're going to see the same setup from Cordy. Not the double Ram, of course, but oh, he's seeing a Roaster and a Megaton from Cordy, actually. What do you think of that?
I'm thinking that he doesn't think he needs to deal with Gore's tower mode anymore, so that this is going to be a safer situation for him, but I'm not sure. He was doing really good faking people out the entire game with that Slap-O-Mander out of nowhere.
Yeah, he is definitely I would say, his best combo from personal experience fighting him.
Well, I think he's trying right now to more so box Phallus, but it's very hard to box out a Ram already.
Yeah, especially with this like heavy airplay style he's playing. That Ram's gonna anti-air him constantly. That was a weird grab.
Oh, it was. Sometimes you get those.
Yeah, that's just a factor of the game sometimes. Cordy on the back foot here. Phallus is the definitive life lead, but Cordy has a bit of a super advantage so far. See if he decides to use it here. Probably not, because he's going to get knocked out of the air. Phallus is going to go 1-0 so far.
I'm expecting we're going to see a change in arms right now from Cordy. If not,
yeah,
I'll be surprised.
See the slap.
Oh, wow.
Well, you're shocked.
Yeah, no, I'm a little surprised. I want to see him bring up the Slap-O-Mander, and the swap to that rush for Cordy to try and use it to retaliate against Rams was not smart in my opinion. I feel like Rams are the quickest rush in the game. And just,
Yeah, in terms of like projectile speed, I think they are.
so it's very
You know-
hard to actually beat it out. Normally, my best opinion is if a Ram Rush is coming at you, just a block.
Yeah, it's. I feel like gloves like have a faster like initial time, right? Like their super start sooner. But like in terms of actual hits, the curve arm types are way faster.
Oh yeah, but also the thing with the gloves is they go straight forward, while Rams have a bigger curve. It's easier to catch you if you're trying to evade.
Yeah, and speaking of caught, Phallus caught, Cordy in the air, 1-0 in favor of Phallus.
Interesting. Let's see if Cordy can kind of interpret Phallus' gameplay here and take it back. Adapt was a better word too, right?
Either or. They both work. It's fine. Alright, so we got a Mausoleum and Spring Stadium ban from Phallus. So, Cordy wants to go ribbon ring. Here we go. Best music. NA coming in hot.
Okay, I mean, if you say so. It is probably the best music. Besides that or DNA Lab.
DNA Labs is pretty good. I think it's Ribbon Ring, Sky Arena. Let's talk music tiers here.
Sky Arena does have good music. You're right.
Sky Arena's, oh my god, I'm still hyped. The first time I got into that match against Max Brass in campaign mode.
And then you had to fight Headlock.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that one. That one took way longer than I'd like to admit. But back into the match, Cordy taking the first hit here, decides to go with a nade mixed up here.
Still repping these gloves, and I'm just very curious about that. Do you not think that a curving arm would beat out the Ram?
Nade limits your like horizontal options, not as hard as Ram, but like to an extent, right? If you get good at it.
Yeah.
I think the problem is he's just using like, oh, it's gonna be easy. Like I tried doing that. I had the same like misconception earlier. Like, oh, it's just the fist.
Well,
It'll be really easy to use. Nade's super hard to use.
A nade would be good if he was punishing someone who was parrying, but Phallus isn't even really parrying that much. It's just all about that footsie game. He is outmaneuvering that Megaton and getting free hits.
Yeah, and I mean he's doing incredibly well. I think this is one of the better performances we've seen out of Phallus so far. In terms of like fighting Cordy, it's very, very convincing. Doesn't seem to be struggling all that much.
And we see Cordy switching to the Slap-O-Mander here. And
he does get one hit off of the super, but he's only gonna get that one for 180 damage. I don't know. It's Phallus. I still think Phallus has advantage in this round just because of the super at this point. Cordy's trying to adapt and play slower now, and I mean it's sort of working.
Yeah, Cordy's keeping his distance now. He's trying to get those free hits in with the Slap-O-Mander, but Phallus is now about to put pressure in and not let that be the case.
Yeah, it's just I feel like Cordy's going too high into the air like constantly, right?
Oh yeah, no, he's very airborne, and it's pretty easy to take advantage of that, especially with the Ram. It's just one quick hit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still close in this match. Next hit is going to end it on either side. Who's going to confirm? We have no idea.
There's rush for Cordy. He's going to try and get in and use it, and he made a slip
up.
Grazed by the Ram on his approach.
Always got to be careful, especially when they throw it from the inside like that, because it can be tricky to dodge. But it's going to be another match for Phallus. He's up 2-0 now. One more, and he is the champion.
Yes, sir. This is going to be Cordy's last stand here. He's doing better. He almost took that round. He is adapting ever so slowly, but he's getting there.
We're going back to Ribbon Ring. Let's see if he can bring it back, Cordy, or if Phallus is going to take home the grand prize of $60 and the eternal bragging rights of being the first Reach for the Sky champion. I'm interested to see what chat thinks. Who they think's gonna win?
That's a good question. If you guys believe Cordy can pull it back,
I would want to see it. Or if you think Phallus is just going to take this confidently. Cordy
wow,
does
that
have
was
a couple
a
tricks up his sleeve. Yeah,
interesting grab. Whoa!
It's another interesting grab.
He is catching him off guard right now. He went in for a third, blocked by the cube.
They never expect the third grab in a row. It's the perfect plan. Phallus now in the clear advantage here. Has a tremendous wake-up game. Knows exactly where people are going to be and where to put them.
Apparently, chat thinks I'm going to win. Well, I would hope you know that I'm not in this tournament. Sorry, Ivysaur.
But I would still put my money on Phallus if I were a betting man.
Yeah, so would I. Oh, wow! No way. Okay.
Not
all right.
enough. No, it's one hit on either side again. It's a repeat of last round. The delayed Slap-O-Mander is going to knock him out. Cordy gets his first round of the series.
Oh my gosh, Cordy is doing. He's doing better. He's doing better now that he dropped the gloves.
Yeah, but, you know, Cordy just immediately getting hit in the face with the Ram Ram. That's the good thing about Ram Ram, is, like, it's so easy to, like, trick people, right?
Oh yeah,
it's just,
no, it's quick, it's abrupt, and it hits you before you even really react. Very nice parry by
I think
Phallus
that's
here.
what's going to take. Nobody really confirming anything so far, except for a random Ram Ram that I honestly didn't even see. I think that might have been a spectator glitch. Or something. Cordy on the back end.
He's trying really hard to move back and give himself some pressure.
He doesn't want to be in that corner. He has the super advantage, but now Phallus has as well. They're both ready. Cordy trying to punch through, but Phallus is faster. He's going to get it. We're even up the round count. 1-1.
One thing I'm seeing happening in these games is that Cordy's throwing out his Megaton, and it's keeping him locked in place for too long, and he's getting just clean hits with the Ram Ram through the dome.
Yeah, this is definitely the weakness of Megaton. You have to be able to predict when your opponent's going to be basically locked in place, right?
Yeah, it's not so much that he can just not throw out the Megaton, because then he's going to be a big disadvantage when it comes to building Rush. But, you know, it's just he's depending on it a lot.
Oh, speaking of Rush, we saw a Rush cancel try and throw Phallus off of his game, but it didn't work. But his arms are about to break. They can keep the pressure up, and it looks like not. So far, Cordy's
Oh, wow,
keeping
the
up so
combo's
much.
coming into
Oh,
Phallus.
my
A
lord.
quick drop in health.
What was that Megaton combo? Just four straight to the
man,
face.
Phallus was gung-ho on parrying it, but just parrying every fist to the face.
Yeah, he parried it with his face, all right. But he's getting the return damage out. 370 onto Cordy, both very low. Cordy will have super advantage within a couple of seconds. Unless he dies, that's going to be it.
That's it.
Phallus
That
takes
was
it
it.
3-0.
That was it. Cordy
Straight
tried
from winners.
very hard, and he did pretty good that round. That was a good round.
Yeah,
good.
that round was very, very close. Oh my gosh. Let me just
All right,
record it
so
in,
then
and
I
that's
guess we have ourselves the champion, Phallus.
it. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Phallus, on being the first winner of Reach for the Sky. Everyone, thank you guys so much for participating and being in the tournament. Thank you guys for watching and being a part of this community. Thank you, Game Over and Dragon Slayer, for having me and Jorpin commentate and putting this whole thing together. Thanks, everybody.
It's been fun.
It
I had a
has
good
been
time.
fun. Anything you'd like to say, Jorpin?
If you enjoyed this, make sure to tune in hopefully next week for the next tournament. It's going to be a very good time. And also, if you enjoyed our casting, you can find our personal stuff right above our heads. I'm Jorpin. He's
I'm
Tintan, man.
If you guys want to know anything about me, I am live 2 to 10 every single day besides Monday. So, ARMS, all sorts of content. Jorpin, what's your schedule? Do you just stream when you stream? What do you do?
I am 3 to 10 every day but Saturday.
Every day but Saturday. Okay, so on Saturdays you watch me. On Mondays you watch Jorpin. And there you go. Good to go. Good partnership.
We share custody past that, you know, half and half.
Yes, yes.
Every other weekend.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know a few people are. I don't know if you're going live after this. Are you, Jorpin?
No. God, no. I am tired.
Yeah. A few people were wondering if I was going to play Splatoon or something after this. I'm still thinking about it. If we do, I'll be live in like 15 minutes. I'll let you know in Discord. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys have been awesome. And thank you guys for having me and Jorpin. If you guys like this tournament, if you have any feedback for us or anything, let us know in the Discord or slide into our DMs or, you know, any ways we can improve on this stuff besides, you know, obviously slamming it into people's faces and making them be present.
Show up next time.
That's right. Show up. Thank you guys. Have a good one and be safe.
Have a good night.